lovely are thy branches. Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches.
Merry Christmas, everybody. I am Sean in Alaska, and this is the traditional Sean in Alaska live on Christmas. It kind of goes a little bit different format. I'll wait over here in the comments to see how the audio and video is. Hopefully everything's good. But before we get too far on this, I got to peel the hat off because this thing is making my head sweat. Hope you all had a fantastic Christmas day. For those of you watching this after Christmas, I hope your Christmas was wonderful as well. Everybody saying 5x5 from Curmudgeon, Rob. So basically, the way I like to do this is it's a little different than most of my lives. I'll send some invites out. Hopefully, we'll have some guests that want to jump up on the live as well. I just do the live every Christmas because I'm alone and I really don't have a lot to do on Christmas Day other than, of course, cook the dinner. I'll show you what that's going to look like here in a couple of minutes. And I figure there's a lot of other folks that, are by themselves or their kids are gone and they just want to hang out and basically spend Christmas with some of their friends. And you guys have all become my friends here at the YouTube channel. If you have a question, leave it in the comments. I'm going to say Merry Christmas about 1,000,000 times. If I miss your question, leave it again in caps, and I'm more than happy to answer it. That way it kind of jumps out to me. If I have already answered it by the time I get to it, not a problem at all. I'll go ahead and just skip over that, or maybe I'll add something to the original answer. With that said, we're going to scroll all the way back up to the top here to say hello to everybody who has popped in. Howie, Merry Christmas, my friend. Glad you could make it today. Hope your Christmas was fantastic. Scotty, what's happening, brother? It is awesome to see you. A lot of stuff that I cook, I get the original inspiration if I haven't done something before from Scotty at Scotty's Backyard Barbecue, and he's got some unbelievable recipes and some great videos. Most of the stuff that he cooks is all on a grill. So if you've got a grill and that's what you want to do, Scotty's your man. You got to check him out. Ed, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you could make it today. Hope your Christmas was fantastic. Scott, let me show you what Scott got me for Christmas. This is pretty awesome, guys. I've been on a thing about sourdough bread, and I put this on my Amazon wish list. And Scott has gotten me 1,000,000 things. Look at this, huh? Top comes off. That's for baking sourdough bread. So Scott, thank you very much. I will be putting this to use. I'll be starting a new starter culture back up again in January. I let the first one die, but we're going to give it the same name, Aurora. So thank you, Scott. Much appreciated, brother. Bounce back over here. Oh, I forgot to do this part too. Before I get too far going on this, we will pull up our banner for today, and it says, Merry Christmas to all from Funny River, Alaska. Sunrise is at 10:12 a.m. and sunsets at 3:57 p.m. for a total of approximately 5 hours and 44 minutes of daylight. We're gaining time now. We've gained 45 seconds of daylight, and I will take every second we can get. The days are starting to get longer here in Alaska, but Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you. Back over to the comment set. Where was I? I got Scott. Karen, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you could make it. I hope your Christmas was fantastic. Beto, Merry Christmas, my friend. Nanny Goat Acres, I saw this comment, and that blew me away. 13 grandkids. Congratulations and Merry Christmas. That's a great Christmas present, right? John Feeney, Merry Christmas, my friend. Nolishanagwich, Merry Christmas to you. Linda at Lipstick Lodge, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you could make it today. Rob, Merry Christmas, brother. I popped in on your live. Rob was live last night at Curmudgeon with Alone, and Adam and Phyllis at Cut the Cord, Alaska. I think I got the name right this time. And they were live on Christmas Eve, and I jumped in there for about a half an hour last night, watching, leaving a couple of comments. Always fun to see you live, brother. Always fun to see you live. Glad you can make it today. My best to Sarah as well. Merry Christmas to you guys. Lucy, welcome and Merry Christmas to you, and Happy Holidays. Built on the Rock Homestead, Merry Christmas to you. Happy birthday, Jesus. Scrolling back through here. Trish, Patricia Gilson, Merry Christmas to you. From all the way over like 3 blocks. Trish lives in Funny River as well. Mike McKinley, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Ward was over already, said Merry Christmas this morning and picked up a tool from me, but it was awesome to see you on Christmas Day, brother. I got to chat with both of my kids and all of my grandkids this morning. They had a wonderful Christmas. That's probably the one thing I miss the most about, not being around the family is the total chaos of kids just shredding and going nuts. I absolutely love it. I like this. Anyone believe me when I say Santa left me under the Christmas tree? My dad caught Santa leaving me. Dino, Merry Christmas, my friend, from the UK. That's another reason why it's super cool to go live on Christmas Day is because I go live earlier. And it's like only 8 p.m. over in the UK right now, which is super, super awesome. I'm glad you guys can make it today. I hope your Christmas was absolutely incredible. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. I love that probably more than anything in the lives. I got to put the glasses on because I'm old, right? I mean, I can read this one a lot better, but when I look down here at this screen, it's all real small. Oh, I got the let me see. I got the wood stove going right now. It's 71 degrees here in the house. I got my roast sitting out, and the roast is coming up to temperature just on the counter. It's 45 degrees. I got it set for 125. I'm going to do a prime rib today. Yum, yum, yum. I posted in the um, community tab for Sean in Alaska. I bought it a 21-pound prime rib because the price was just phenomenal. And you guys know I love a good ribeye steak. So I cut the roast out of it. It's probably about 4 pounds. And then I made steaks out of everything else. In next week's video, you're going to see how I did that with a plug-in appliance in the kitchen. I've added some stuff to the cabin over the last week or so. But yeah, I'm looking forward to dinner tonight. It's going to be yummy. I'm doing that. I'm doing probably a potato dish of some kind. And please quit giving me grief about no vegetables when I post pictures of food. Potatoes are vegetables, but I am doing asparagus and probably potato for dinner tonight. Didn't do the big mushroom thing that I like to do. I like to do burgundy mushrooms. They take about 8 hours to cook, but I didn't do that because it's just me and I would eat them all and then I would be sick as a dog. Oh, everybody. So the intro to today's video, and I'll play it again. I might play it once in the middle, if I have to take a bathroom break. Heads up, this video or this live will go longer than an hour. I like to hang out with you guys a bit on Christmas Day. Gives everybody a chance to pop in, stay for as long as you can, as long as you want. If you want to just pop in and say Merry Christmas, that's fine too. I completely get it. It's completely a family holiday. But stay as long as you want. I'm probably going to be live for 2 to 3 hours today. So I don't expect anybody to stay for the full period. But yeah, don't worry about that. So the intro was all the Christmas tree pictures that I've gotten for this year. And that was the last video for all the Christmas trees, or what it's going to look like. And it'll be at the end of Friday's video if I get that edited in time. And then I'll probably do it one more time this year, but I do it every year, Rob. So next year, you guys can get one to me then. Destiny, Merry Christmas to you. How are you doing today? And she is listening while she's cleaning up all the gift wrapping. Fat man, Merry Christmas, brother. Good to see you today. Chestnuts roasted on a cabin stove, Rudolph on the spit, Comet in the freezer, turning Vixen into jerky. Oh. We always want to see the trees. I want to see every single tree. You can see it through the forest outside. It's worse than a Charlie Brown tree. There are no bad Christmas trees. I think they're super awesome when everybody shares them with me. I absolutely adore them. Back to the point where I just started. I'm keeping well, Dino. I hope you are as well. Happy Christmas to you, my friend. Judith, Merry Christmas. Glad you could make it today from Kingman, Arizona. Kevin Wright, Merry Christmas to you from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Awesome to have you today. Belinda, Merry Christmas to you. Hoy from the Netherlands. I love it. Awesome. My Alaska, Merry Christmas, Bill. Hope you had a fantastic day today. Howie at Food Forest Permaculture. Merry Christmas, my friend. Happy New Year to you as well. Ron Height, Merry Christmas to you from the Great White North. Oh, Adirondack Mountains. There we go. I'm all, wait, the Great White North, that's where I'm at. Or Bob and Doug McKenzie, right? Kuyu, cuckoo, kuyu, cuckoo. I like this. Hanging out with the 2 Great Pyrenees, sleeping in my room. Chickens, goats, geese, and cat are outside. I got the chickens out. We've had some chicken issues. Not bad. No chickens are harmed. But I've got to cut their protein back on their feed because apparently they're growing really, really big, and that will be in the next video. They've had a visitor. They have a new member of the flock. I adore sourdough bread. And I was a professional baker for many, many years, and everything that we did was yeast. We added yeast to it. So I've never made natural bread until playing around the cabinet. And I've had some good luck with it. I absolutely love the flavor of home-baked, home-made, home-fermented sourdough bread. It's just incredible. Thank you very much, Howie. I greatly appreciate it. If you give a thumbs up, somebody else might be just surfing YouTube right now. Nobody at home. They're bored. They're lonely. They want to hang out. YouTube will suggest it if we get enough thumbs up to anybody else, and then they could come in and hang out with us for Christmas Day. I mean, it can't get any better, right? Navy Dave, Merry Christmas, my friend. Awesome to see you. This is going to get nerve-wracking on the bottom of the screen, so I'm going to turn that banner off right now. Let's hide that. We'll go back to the comments. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Tina Rogers, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you can make it today. I hope your Christmas was fantastic. Steve, Merry Christmas, my friend. Awesome to see you today. Yeah, let me know what you guys are making or what you had for Christmas dinner. I'd love to hear what you guys did. Linda's telling us that she's making chicken breast with basil pesto sauce, tomato slices, and shredded Italiano cheese. On it, easy peasy 5-minute prep, 1 hour bake at 400 in the oven with a baked potato. Pour the pan drippings on the potato. Yum! That sounds good. We always talk about food here on my lives. Food always comes in. Merry Christmas, Sue B. Awesome to see you. Glad you could make it today. Dino says he had a nice bit of beef for dinner as well. Tasty, right? Yeah, that's my go-to for Christmas dinner is prime rib. And then I may do ham. I think I've told everybody before I'm not a super big turkey fan. I'll do it once a year if I've got people around that have to have turkey for Thanksgiving. But I prefer ham and beef. Those are my go-tos. Right? Yeah, I love buying the big chunks and making smaller meals out of it. I have a freezer full of steaks right now, which is super awesome. Dennis Rudder, Merry Christmas, my friend. Glad you can make it today. Lou, Merry Christmas in the UK. Nothing. You haven't missed anything except for the Christmas tree parade that I did at the beginning. It's like 5 minutes long now, with all the final pictures of Christmas trees that folks have sent me from all over. But yeah, we just started chatting. And that, if you want to go back and watch that, I save these live so that anybody can go back and watch them anytime they want. But yeah, super fun getting all those Christmas trees. John's Touchpad, Merry Christmas to you. Heather Crawford, Merry Christmas as well. Glad you can make it today. Scotty, hello, Sean. Just hanging out with the granddaughter. Got ham on? Nice. I like it, brother. I like it. On which barbecue, Scott? Which barbecue do you have the ham on this year? Scotty's got more barbecues than any man I've ever met. Nice, Linda. They're always pretty though, right? Every Christmas tree is pretty. And that's one of the cool things is watching them all after so this morning I put that video together while I was sitting here sipping coffee and waking up on Christmas Day. That the one that we started the live with, and it's just neat for me because I play it all the way through again just to make sure the music's where I want it, and I got everybody's picture in there. And if I missed your tree, by all means, let me know. I am very sorry. I got inundated, as you can tell, with a ton of them there at the end. But seeing everybody's take on a Christmas tree is absolutely awesome to me. Todd, Merry Christmas from across the meadow. It is Todd and Yukon now. Todd got a puppy. Yukon is freaking awesome. He is cuter than heck. We got together last night and did the traditional Papa Murphy's pizza at Will and Barb's house. I've done that. I've done pizza on Christmas Eve pretty much every year since I've been in Alaska, which is super awesome. But yeah, awesome to meet that pup. Michael, Merry Christmas, my friend. Glad you could make it. I had a wonderful day, man. I hope you did as well. I love Christmas Day lives. Fitz being 100% alone on your birthday, right? Oh, that's happy birthday. That's right. Happy birthday to Built on the Rock, a Christmas baby. I miss the animals talking at midnight. I started doing these lives because I was alone, and I'm like, what am I going to do? I mean, I don't get bummed out. I don't get depressed by being alone on Christmas. Obviously, I got that kind of personality. You guys could probably tell where I'm happy generally almost all the time. But I thought, what am I going to do one day? And so I was living in the trailer, and I went live. And it's just become a tradition for me ever since. Hanging out with you guys on Christmas Day. I greatly enjoy that. Yeah, Beto. Yeah, you can say that there's been some moose around. Again, I don't want to spoil next week's video or the next video, but yeah, we have some new members in the flock. Right? They've been hanging out at my place every day lately. I see moose every day going back and forth to work because I go to work so early in the morning. I always see them, but yeah, I got an up close and personal view. Big family expedition. Merry Christmas to you. Having a wonderful day. I hope you are as well. Oh, Scotty's cooking his ham today for everybody who wanted to know, me especially, on the Pit Boss Lexington. Nice, brother. Nice. Deanna, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you can make it today from Oklahoma. Love to have people from all over too. That's what is super cool. Everybody, some of you haven't had dinner yet. Some of you have already had dinner or having dinner now. Some of you had dinner hours ago. Some of you are in North America. Some of you are in Europe. It's super cool. I love this. My Christmas tree isn't too nice considering it's still the box in your storage container. Just, you got a picture of it though, right? From last year or from the last time you had it up? Just look at that. I'm all caught up. I like that when I catch up early. Dennis says we're having pork roast, potatoes, carrots, and pie here in Northwest Ohio. Awesome. Very, very good. What else? What else are you guys having for Christmas? What'd you guys get for Christmas that was totally surprising to you? I got I kind of took this anything I got this month off the Amazon wish list. I took and kind of put it under the tree. But Tom in California sent me some more electrical stuff so that I could do some more upgrades on what I'm doing here in the cabin. I know I'm off grid, but it doesn't being off grid to me doesn't mean you have to lack all of the modern conveniences that you may need. There's some stuff I just don't do anymore. Obviously, I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't I don't have a lot of electrical. I don't have any electrical appliances. Well, one, I have the food saver. That's it. But I do have a stove and I do have a refrigerator freezer right now, which is super awesome. Since I'm talking about what is everybody having for Christmas, let me show you mine. I'll be right back. I'll grab it because I got it just sitting out resting right now. And it's not too big. If I can do this without it. Right? That's going to be my roast for tonight. Big old hunk of prime rib right there, all seasoned up and just rested on the counter. But I'm definitely going to be starting that prime rib while we're live. I don't want to eat too late. Slow cooked beef all day with potatoes, carrots, onions, mushrooms. 1 can of mushroom soup. Cook the sherry of cooking sherry or red cooking wine. Peas when almost done. Salt, pepper, and magic. And 2 teaspoons of cloves. Yum. Fat man. What? No venison on Christmas Day? Oh my gosh. Audrey, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you can make it today. Oh, you did a venison neck roast last week. Yum. Yum. Scotty's got some great videos. Scotty, make sure you share your channel, man, so folks can find you. You got a VW bus ashtray since you're a VW bus nut. Don't smoke, but I can put money in it for bus repairs. Very cool, man. I'm an ex-smoker myself. I smoked for many, many years, but some of that stuff is just super cool, right? Just because you don't do it anymore doesn't mean you can't. I have a huge collection of beer steins, and I used to, obviously, if you've been around for any amount of time, I like good beer, and I've drank a ton of beer over the years, and it's been like central to what I do when I'm going out and doing stuff. I'll find a brewery or I'll find a beer fest or something, and I'll go do it. But I don't drink anywhere near as much beer as I used to. Matter of fact, I had the first beer that I've had since September or since August, pretty much, yesterday, because every Christmas Eve I do go to the local Kenai River Brewing Company and have a pint. Well, on Christmas Eve, it's kind of like a little celebration thing for me. And that's the first beer I've had since end of August. But I love beer steins. I love beer mugs. I love beer glasses. I love whiskey glasses. I've got some nice Glencairn glasses, and I've got a ton of whiskey here at the house too, but I rarely drink any anymore. I'm just getting too old for that. Getting too old for the feeling the next day. Robert shared Scotty's channel, and Scotty shared Scotty's channel. Robert, share yours too, as well, definitely. Oh, and Scotty got Robert. So what else? What else did you guys do for Christmas? I'd love to hear. What are your plans for the rest of Christmas Day? What do you guys do for New Year's? I don't really do anything for New Year's Eve. I can't tell you the last time I made it to midnight. Last night on my night off, because obviously we're closed today. Every grocery store in the state's pretty much closed today that I know of. But last night I was in bed at 8 o'clock. I said, that's enough of this. I'm going to sleep. I was up this morning at 4:30, but to me that's sleeping in. Bill likes Mugs and Steins also have a collection of shot glasses, but don't do shots anymore. Right? I don't. Now when I have a whiskey now, I pour it in the Glencairn glass. And for those that don't know what that is, I'll show you. Oh. This is a Glencairn glass, right? And it's got its name from its shape. It's the type of glass that it is. And I'll pour what they call a dram, which is like basically 2 fingers worth in there. and I'll sip on that for 45 minutes to an hour. I'll be reading a book and I'll just be sipping, or I'll be sitting by the fire and I'll be sipping. Yeah, so I don't do shots anymore. Shots are for kids. Just what's happening, brother, at Rain Dance Bushcraft, playing this in the background as I plan for the drive from the in-laws to Oka to my family on the west island of Montreal. Lots of drive. Yeah, you drive every year, right? That's right. Be safe, brother. Be safe, as always. Right? Glencairn for the win. I love a good Glencairn, guys. I love a good whiskey in Glencairn. Welcome back, Howie. Glad you could make it. This one, if you didn't notice, says on the glass Tullamore Dew. I got that at the distillery in Ireland, which was super, super cool. That is my whiskey of choice, is Tullamore Dew. I grew up on Jameson's and Bushmills, but when my brother and I went to Ireland in 2019, we toured. We went to Jameson's and it was awesome, but we ended up going to Tullamore Dew and their distillery there. And my brother and I were just amazed by the quality and the flavor, and it was just phenomenal to me. Matter of fact, I usually have a guy that jumps into the live who's a viewer, Smiley, who I actually met at that distillery on the day my brother and I were tasting. But yeah, so that quickly became my favorite, and it's the one I sip now more than anything. Oh, where was I at here? There we go. There's something for you. How do you say Merry Christmas in your country? In your native language or in your area where you live, do you say Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, or in the case of this, Joyous Noel, Mele Kalikama, which I probably butchered, but that's the way they do it in Hawaii. Nolik Shanagwich, which is Irish. Yeah, how do you guys do it? Frolic and Venheisen, I think, is German. Just sitting, reading, sipping. The next thing you know, the bottle's empty. Not me. It's a glass only. I pour it, I put the bottle away. I think the last one I had was probably 4 or 5 months ago, too. Yeah, not true. Maybe 2 months ago. Me and my 16-year-old Chihuahua were just hanging out, live hopping. My favorite YouTubers for company. Awesome, Audrey. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Pure Alaska, Merry Christmas in Trapper Creek. Awesome to have you here today. Us Alaskans, I don't know about where you're at, but down here on the Kenai Peninsula, I'm pretty excited. We haven't had a day below zero in the month of December, and we're not going to have another one this year. And I'm pretty happy about that. Any day above zero in winter is a good day in Alaska. Right now, like I said, the temperature is probably running around 30 degrees Fahrenheit. But yeah, I looked at the long range forecast, and all the way through New Year's Day, we're above zero. Knock on wood that we stay that way. I don't mind a few days below zero, but I don't need the 20 and 30 below that I fear is going to happen in January. Blueberry Bog, Merry Christmas to you. Whole chicken with onions, carrots, and celery in the cast iron Wagner 5-inch or number 5 oval. Making chicken noodle soup tomorrow. Just getting over the flu. Glad you're getting better. Back from the dead. Past 4 days were ugly. Ugh, I hate the flu, especially during the holidays. I hate the flu. I'm a huge proponent of vitamin D. My doctor got me hooked up on it probably 7 years ago. And of all the amazing things it's done for me, the number one thing I think it's done more than anything is really strengthen my immune system. So I rarely get sick now, but when I do, it's over super quick. It's not something that lasts for me, which, I'm a huge proponent of vitamin D. Right? Jess says Joyce Noel in Quebecois, right? Is that how you say the French in Quebec is Quebecois? I think it's complete. It's not real. It's not like French from France, and it's not like French from Louisiana. But I've heard that the folks in Louisiana can understand Quebecois, and the folks in Quebec can understand the Louisiana Cajun French. So I think they're probably closer aligned than the French in France. But the French in France can also understand the French in Quebec. I don't know. It's all a mystery to me. We're going to have baked ziti and breadsticks. Yum. I used to do lasagna every year on Christmas Eve. Mom used to just fix that because we were going to have a big dinner on Christmas Day. So she'd just make lasagna. I grew up on that. My mom's Sicilian, or was. She's still Sicilian, but when she was alive. In my native language, you say Merry Christmas, but then again, you're an American, right? So am I, right? Brady G, Merry Christmas, my friend. Glad to have you here today. I do too. I want more snow as well. Right now, I can see rocks and my gravel in my driveway again, which I should not be able to see this time of year. The chickens are liking it, but at the same time, it's just we need more snow. We need more moisture. Scotty says he's got 28 degrees. Nice so far. Awesome. Very cool. Curmudgeon is at 35 degrees. Liam, Merry Christmas. Glad you can make it today. Dying for some snow. Looking forward to riding the snow machine. Yeah, that's another big thing that in Alaska, a lot of folks like to take their snow machines out. We call them snow machines here. We don't call them snowmobiles or snow goes. We call them snow machines. But they like to go up and hit all the pass and all these wide open areas and go out snow machining. But with a lack of snow, you can't really get out there and do it. 27 for Linda by Algonquin Park in Canada. So warm temperature. 63 in Texas. I'd expect that down there. That's a little chilly though for you guys, right? Brady says, I'm supposed to have winter next week. Finally. Nice. Yeah, Bill, you've got me. I do 10,000 units a day of vitamin D. You're taking 20,000, but I do 10,000. Just had all my blood work done. Doctor said your vitamin D is perfect. It's right where it needs to be, which is super awesome. Tony Ruth, Merry Christmas. Glad you can make it today. Yeah, it happens, right? You get sick. The last thing on your mind is I got to edit a video. But I do anyway. Right? I'm by myself, so it's easier to take care of just one. I agree. Louisiana French is awesome. Is very awesome. Oh, you are? You're moving to the UK? Oh, Linda. Well, good for you if you're happy to do that. I think that's awesome. But North America will be losing a good person. Kenosha, welcome, my friend. 36 degrees in southeast Wisconsin. Awesome to have you here today. BLR, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you can make it today from Red Wing, Minnesota. Willow's open. Okay, cool. Yeah, there is no snow down on the Kenai Peninsula. I mean, we went from 2 feet, 2.5, almost 3 feet of snow down here to like nothing. I mean, just a coating over the top of the ground and a lot of ice. Aurora Night, Merry Christmas. Have a beautifully blessed and safe day. Yes, we too have rocks, dead grass, and melts, right? It's nuts. It's crazy. But again, it's not below zero, so I'm okay with that part of it. Brady says there'll be 40 today, usually 20 this time of year. We do have snow in the forecast for today. I don't know how much, but I just saw my phone went off and said we had snow in the forecast. 56 degrees in southeast Georgia. No snow expected ever. Al, Merry Christmas, brother. How you doing today? Hope you and the wife had a fantastic Christmas. Hope you are doing fantastic in your neck of the woods. I am. I'm always doing well, man, especially on Christmas. I'm a huge nut for Christmas. I absolutely adore it. And so this time of year is super awesome for me. And it helps, right, that I have the whole beard and everything going on, wear the red cap. The only thing is I've lost so much weight over, the last 10 years that I don't look like Santa anymore. I do from like here up. That's about it. I agree, Linda. So that every year now on Christmas, I go ahead and I do my Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve because I'm a man and that's what we do. Um, but I did my Christmas shopping yesterday when I got home from work, and then I got to video chat with the kids and see their gifts this morning, which was super awesome. But yeah, I get to video chat with my daughters, with my granddaughters, with my son-in-law. It's super awesome, super awesome. Said Merry Christmas to the ex today. All that, it's Christmas is an awesome holiday. 23 degrees in Willow right now, 71 degrees inside your cabin. It's 69 degrees inside my cabin upstairs, which is absolutely crazy because downstairs is 70, but I should probably throw another log on a fire. Here, hang on a second. Open this up a bit. Get a little more air vented in there. We'll get that thing cranking up a bit more. I'm absolutely adoring that wood stove. I know I have nowhere near enough wood to get me through a really cold winter, but I should have enough to get me through what we've got so far. So 28 degrees in Aurora's part of Alaska. You're going to pass out on the plane, apparently. I've flown a lot. But the longest flight I've ever taken was from Alaska to Dublin, Ireland. Well, it was Alaska to Heathrow, then Heathrow to Dublin. But it was like the longest trip I've ever gone on an airplane. And the leg from Seattle to Heathrow was so long. It was crazy. I slept hard. And then, with all the time zone changes and everything else, it messed me up for the first day easy. Yeah, same here. Yeah, usually this time of year we should be at 0 or below. But again, I'm not complaining. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, I told my daughters what time I was planning on going live. I said, so if you want a video chat and you don't want to end up on YouTube like Ashley did last week or my last live, I said, you better call me before 11. What else? Dimitri, Merry Christmas, my friend. I can't read that. There's no way I can read that. But Dimitri's been a follower of the channel for quite a long time, and it is awesome that you could pop in here today. Awesome, my friend. Super happy. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Dimitri, as you can tell, is in Russia. So I get antsy just sitting around. Sean, I'm coming up in May to cut in your driveway and get some stone down. If we both have time, I'll buy you lunch. Awesome, man. I'd love to get together with you. That would be fantastic. I've met so many viewers that have come up to Alaska with the plans of building their own place, and we've gotten together and had lunch, and it's been just phenomenal to me, the amount of folks that I've met. So as I do every year at Christmas, like I said, it's kind of a different live. Let me go ahead and post this in the live. And if you are interested in joining me on camera and wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, chatting for a couple of minutes, I'm more than happy to have you join in. And I know that's probably dangerous, but what the heck? Just remember that this is a family-focused channel. So we got to keep everything clean. And on my lives, I generally will not discuss politics, religion, any of the stuff that gets people angry, especially on Christmas Day. You can discuss a little bit of religion because it is a religious holiday, but you can't put anybody down. We're just 100% about being positive here. So I just have to remember where they would be if they were showing up for me to let them on the screen. Yep, I got you, Dimitri. Let me see here. Where would they be? Banners, style, private chat. I don't think it'd be over there. I'm looking at my screen because I haven't had somebody on the screen with me in quite a while. Maybe it would be, that's a crop layout. Well, we'll figure it out. Settings, present. Maybe that's it. It's not there. I don't know how many people I can have in here, and I don't know where they go if they're going to be in here. It's been a long time. Destiny's asking if I'm back to work tomorrow, or do I get a few days off? Yes, I'm back to work tomorrow. Actually, they'd asked me if I wanted to work 5 days and get the holiday paid anyway, and I told them, no, I'll just work 4 this week. So I worked Monday and Tuesday. We're off today because the store's closed, so everybody's off today. And then I'm back on Thursday and Friday. Oh, there we go. Linda, Merry Christmas.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. You have to see my tree.
Definitely. Let's see your tree. Oh, that's very nice.
This is, oh, you can't, so I don't have it angled right. This is my hand. Oh, I can barely see it. Okay, no, I can't angle it properly. Anyway, yeah, this is me in my little tiny house.
Very
and
cool.
As you can see from my shirt, South River, that's where I live. I know it's backwards, but then so am I. I've been drinking the wine.
Nice. No, I could read it properly in the camera, so it's flipping it around right, so I can read
It's
South
just
River in there.
backwards for me then.
Yeah, just for you.
At least I know I'm in South River, Canada.
That's a
Can
cute
you see?
place, Linda. I've never seen the inside of your place before. That's awesome.
Actually, I've got a couple of videos out on it, but when I made the first one, what happened was I accidentally turned the camera the other way. And when you're doing videos, you just can't do that.
Yeah.
So I left it. I left it in my videos as well. Anybody that wants to go and check on it, you'll just laugh your heads will all be going like this at some point. But
Yeah,
here's
this
my
is
little
the,
dog. Check
this is the
Lacey out. Hi, Lacey. Oh, I don't know if
Hello.
I'm aiming this right. Hang on. Lacey. I can't figure this out in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, Lacey. She's there. There's my Lipstick Lodge sign on the wall.
I saw that. That's nice. I like it.
Yep. I'm going to put that in my suitcase. You think I'm going to be brave? Customs is going to have a real party with me when I go through.
That's me. I check everything except for prescriptions now. I keep the prescriptions in my pocket and I check everything else. But I wore a knee brace the last time I flew down to California and I forgot it had two pieces of metal on the side.
Oh,
and when
yeah.
I got through, yeah, they stopped me and they're like, hey, "Sir, we have to, what do you have on your leg?" And I went, "Oh my gosh, I forgot to take the knee brace off." So they let me roll my leg up, pull it off, and they just scan that again. And they go, "Sorry, man." I go, "No, it's on me. Thanks."
That's funny. At least they didn't find a machine gun under there.
Right? Yeah. No, I never fly with that. It's too cumbersome.
Yeah. Just take your legs off and sort of scoot through the thing on the floor. But anyway, yeah, there's my shelves, a couple of my shelves. You can tell I was a bus driver, red, yellow, and green.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, and there's my water filtration unit.
Right. What is that, a Berkey?
Yep.
Very cool.
I get water from the spring in town in Sundridge. And, it's free and it's great water. It's the best water I've ever had. I still put it in the filtration device. And here's one of the walls. I don't even know what I'm doing right here. There's the range hood. You guys are probably going to have some more wine, Linda. There's one of the walls with the pot holders and some of the pans. Like everybody that's got one of these houses puts the nails in the wall and hangs your pots on the walls. They're easy access as well because it's tiny. You don't have room for anything, so you use as much space as possible.
Yeah, I
for
don't think
whatever you got to do.
Yeah, when you're in a small place, I don't think people realize how much storage is a premium.
Yep. And this is my coat rack. It's basically a steel fish.
Oh, nice.
And I've got a couple of my coats on there. And what else can I show you? My range hood. What you probably saw that.
Right.
It's right there.
Are all your appliances unique appliances?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Those are made in Canada, aren't they?
I'm not too sure, but yeah, this is a unique fridge.
Right.
It's the 6 cubic foot one. As you can tell, I'm taller than the fridge.
Right.
I can actually find things on the fridge because it's so short. But anyway, there's my tea that I never drank because I decided to cut into my wine. I'm going to have to step up on here. I didn't get my whole kitchen completely finished. I don't know what I'm doing right here, but I'm trying to turn this around. This is a ladder that goes up to the storage loft. I don't even know whether you can see it or not. I'm just kind of aiming it.
Right.
And I actually hung this knife rack on my own.
I love those.
Measured everything out.
Yeah, is that that's one of the magnetic racks where you just stick the knife right to it?
No,
really?
I had to install this. That's why it surprised me because I'm not one of these installer type people. And I measured everything out so that it was, level. It wasn't going up crooked or anything like that.
Right.
And here I am again. This is my hat rack.
Nice.
Like I said, you have to excuse me because I don't know where I'm aiming all this stuff. This is my candle holder and jewelry rack. And I got a story about these pictures. One of them lost the glass in it one night when I used to live in Windsor.
Right.
And it went all over the floor. I came home from my job. Both of my dogs, neither one of them had cuts. Neither one of them miracles. Anyway, there's Lacey. I don't know if you can see her or not. Oh, she's trying to come over.
You say her name, she wants attention and she wants puppy pets.
Yep. Hey, Lacey. Yeah, you're famous now. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go and you can carry on or whatever.
Awesome.
And
well, thank you very much for joining us. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Same to you. Oh, and I see there's a leave button. I've never done this before. Can you tell? Anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. I'll talk to you later.
Merry Christmas, Linda. That was cool. Thank you, Linda, for jumping up. All right, I got to figure something out here real quick while I'm on here. Bill had a good point. Let me go back to my YouTube studio. Content. Live. Should say I'm live right now. Yep, it says I'm live right now. I need to get to my live real quick so that I can there we go. And then I got here. There, I pinned the message. It should be up at the top now. So if you guys would like to join me on the screen here, by all means, just click on that live link and come on up. That was awesome. Thank you very much, Jess. Have a fantastic Christmas and a wonderful New Year, my friend. All right, let me get back up here to say hi to folks. We got Dimitri. Art, good to see you, brother. Glad you could make it today. Merry Christmas. 67 degrees there and nice. That is awesome. I got that, Bill. Thank you very much. Before Linda jumped up, am I taking a few days off? I think I covered that, but I'm off today and I'm back to work on Thursday and Friday and then off for the weekend, my regular schedule, off Saturday and Sunday. And I think we can have up to 6 people, but we had one, which was awesome. And now I know how it works again. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I've had anybody join me on screen. Mark Davidson, Merry Christmas, my friend. Glad you could make it today. Dennis is still here in Northeast or Northwest Ohio. I agree. The pups are cute, right? I'm a dog guy. I love dogs. Right, pin the link. I got that done. Bill says he's got a unique oven and stove and a Vasani refrigerator. I have the Vasani refrigerator and a GE stove that's a battery ignition that works off grid. So Unique, I asked about Unique because Unique brand appliances are all designed to work off of propane, and some are designed propane and electric, but they're all off grid appliances, and they're super, super good. Their quality is incredible. 63 clocks. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. Angela, Merry Christmas to you from Pioneer, Tennessee. Merry Christmas from Funny River, Alaska. Glad to have you here today. Hope your Christmas was wonderful. That was awesome, Linda. You did great. Very good. Very cool. Howie says, we're cleaning up the kitchen after having the kids and friends over for supper. They cooked, but my kitchen took the brunt of the damage. I'll tell you. So it was, like I said, I always did the big Christmas dinners. And my brother, Bart, he always did Thanksgiving down at his place. And then I always did Christmas at my place. And we would have, I would do a whole prime rib roast. And I swear we would devour that thing. I'd be lucky if I'd have enough to do French dips the next day. And we would have everybody over and I would do all the cooking. But growing up with a restaurant background, when you're done with something, you wash it off right away. So the only thing really that needed to be cleaned after dinner was done was the plates. And my mom loved to do dishes. She had no problem with that if she didn't have to cook. So yeah, I never had to deal with dishes because mom would clean those up. Awesome. If you're hanging out, Angela, Merry Christmas again. If you're leaving, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. Listening while peeling potatoes. I'm going to do mine skin on. I've got some red potatoes. I'll do them skin on and just roast them. Speaking of which, what time is it now? It's coming up on 12 noon. I think I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven. Let's do that. I'm going to preheat the oven. See if I can spin the camera around a little bit. And you guys can join me in the kitchen. How's that sound? It's not much really to see. Kitchen's pretty tight, but it'll work. All right. So this is a battery ignition stove. Other than that, everything works like a normal oven does. Except Sean has to remember to take out the pans that he stores in there. And I'll take that one out as well. I just wait till I hear the pilot start, and then we'll crank that thing up to about 350. I just heard it go on. I always, if I bend this door at just the right angle, I can see the flame. There it is. Got it right there. I can see it burning underneath. That way I don't have to look to see whether or not it's still going. So I've got my prime rib over here. That's going to go in when we get up to temperature. And right now that prime rib is sitting at 48 degrees Fahrenheit because it was in the refrigerator. It's been out for about an hour and a half, but it's not too warm in the house. Throw a little bit more of the seasonings on here. And then normally I don't use a temperature probe when I'm cooking, but when I'm doing a roast, I always use a probe. I don't really trust doing a big piece of meat like this on time per pound. I always want to know what temperature is, and that's probably one investment that I need to make is a new temperature probe because this one's seen some better days. So I got the prime rib. We'll go ahead and get the rest of that set up real quick. The way I do this, I put a little bit of water in the bottom of my roasting pan. It's probably just about, I don't know, between a half inch and a quarter of an inch. And then I'll set my roast on top of that, and that way the bottom of the roast doesn't get seared. But that is set up and ready to go. I only use 3 ingredients for my seasoning on here: oregano, black pepper, and kosher salt in my daughter's cup. So yeah, pretty easy. Small kitchen, but functional. Very functional. So we've been on for almost an hour. So what I'll do here is I'm going to go ahead and take a facilities break, and I'll just play the video again of the Christmas trees. But before I do that, let me say hi to Jules. Merry Christmas to you. Glad you can make it today. From Tasmania, Hobart, Tasmania. Very cool. Merry Christmas to you. Glad you can make it in Maryland. Awesome to have you. Okay, let me do the Christmas tree. We got a bunch more people in here now than we had when we first started. So let me do the final Christmas tree video that I put together today of all the pictures of everybody's Christmas tree that they sent me. And you guys can all check that out real quick or go grab yourself something to drink or just hang out and chat amongst yourselves. But let's go ahead and see how this works.
Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches. Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches. The sight of thee at Christmas time brings hope and gladness far and wide. Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches.
All right. We had to go back to the cell phone here because for whatever reason, I can't seem to stay connected. It drives me insane when it does that. So let me scroll on down here and see what we got going. But I will mention right off the bat that Al, the man on the street, gifted 50 memberships to Sean in Alaska. And I greatly appreciate that, brother. Super, super awesome. Memberships don't entitle you to a whole lot or don't give you a whole lot of stuff here because I don't do members only videos per se. But when I upload a video from my weekly videos, the minute I'm done uploading it, anybody who's a member gets to see it. I do have occasional members only posts. Let me scroll down here to the bottom and see what we got here. This is much harder to do this way. There we go. I'm caught up. Al said, let's see if I can do that. I don't know if I can bring that over real quick. While we're doing that, I'm going to keep playing around with this to see if I can't get it to come back up on the main screen. Drives me nuts when I have this issue. This is the kind of reason it makes me say, I may get Starlink, just so I don't have to deal with this. Boom, jump up with that. Remove you. Add me to stage. All right, let's see what we got going here. This screen? This screen? On this screen. But you guys let me know. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated, Al. Like you said, everybody grab them as quick as you can. With that said, what am I doing over here? Oh, because I've got me on two different screens. So let me shut that down and back all the way out of that and see if that makes that go away. I can always go back to the camera or always go back to the cell phone if I need to. Rob, what's happening, brother, from Curmudgeon? Awesome to have you today. Merry Christmas, Sarah.
Merry Christmas to you as well. How are you?
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Doing good, man. If I could keep my internet connection.
It happens. It happens. Get the Starlink. You won't regret it.
I know. I just keep saying to myself, can I justify it for the amount of internet that I really use? But just for the lives alone, I think I could justify it.
Yeah, it saves a lot of hassle. That's for sure. We've had ours for going on 2-3 years now, and we're happy.
Yeah, I was watching you guys on the live last night, and it was actually crystal clear. The audio and the video was absolutely perfect.
Yep, and I was just using the camera on the Mac. Usually I use my Insta360 on there, but I couldn't get it to connect last night for some reason, so I just went with the regular camera.
Nice, nice. So what's on?
I lost your audio. Did he lose his videos again? I think he may have. Go back to your phone, John.
On your man.
Can't hear you. Well, while you're fixing yourself, I'll show everybody outside a little bit. If this will let me do that.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, no. Got you in two places now.
But now we're back on the cell phone, so
Yeah.
that's nice. Look at the view. That is gorgeous, man.
Yeah, I was hoping Denali'd come out today, but it's not going to come out today, I don't think. Tomorrow is supposed to be really nice out. It's supposed to be pretty clear. But
Oh, yeah, we have. I keep getting a pop up on my phone saying that we're going to have snow, but I haven't seen any yet.
No, we haven't had snow in a while, and we had about a foot at one point. Now we're down to about 4 to 6 inches again.
Right.
You know, we had about a week and a half of 40-degree weather, and it just melted everything down. I mean, you can see the snow monsters trying to come down off the roof here.
Right.
You know, it's curling over pretty good.
Yeah, that's all I've got left on mine.
Yep.
Good, all the chickens are out in the yard.
Yep. Ours are doing all right. We're down just to 2 hens and 2 roosters, and that's it. We're going to try to get a bunch more in the springtime. I'm going to try to hatch some out. We're going to probably get some meat birds.
Right.
Stuff like that, you know, to help take down what we have to rely on at the stores. You know, so it's a little easier to do that way and you know what's going into your birds when you're
Yeah, that's
using that.
that's on my list. I want to eventually get to the point where I'm doing my own meat birds.
Yeah, it's like, one of our things we do is we cook for the birds in the wintertime. We make them rice and beans and put some other stuff in there, and they
Oh,
seem to
nice.
thrive off it.
Very nice.
And those that haven't seen it, that's our Obadiah cook stove, and that's all we use for cooking in the winter and heating.
Very cool.
And it works great. I mean, the house is barely got a fire in it, and the house is 75 degrees, which is too warm for my taste. But
Friday night, I had this place at like 84 degrees. I thought I was going to die. So I opened up all the windows just to cool it down. And I said, no more wood on the fire.
right. Oh, and I forgot to send you the picture of our tree.
Oh, very cool.
But that's the one that Sarah and I made a couple years ago. You can see it's all made out of birch limbs.
Oh, nice.
And then she made the spire out of birch bark, and then the star is made out of pieces of alder with little fairy lights on it.
Oh, that is very cool, man. You don't have to reassemble that every year, though, right?
Yes, you do.
Oh my gosh.
It's a process, and she does it, and she likes doing it. And then we have, the window trims that she makes and things like that, and to dress the place up a little bit. We've been working hard on the inside of the house for the last couple of weeks, and hopefully by the end of this winter, the house will be 100% on the inside.
Oh, nice.
She's heading for Pennsylvania on the 30th, so I'm going to go upstairs and work on her studio, putting in the drawers and stuff like that. And then
Right.
once that's done, we just got to finish off the kitchen, which is not really a lot. And then a few small projects in the bathroom.
I mean, that's how little snow I have here right now, man. You can see ground.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're not that low.
I had to jump up here to get the cell phone camera stand.
I don't know if you've seen this one yet, Sean.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. Is that the one that you had Ward pick up and ship to you?
That it is.
Nice.
Yep. No, it cleaned up really good. It was pretty grungy when we got it, but Sarah worked her magic on it. We got it up and running, and we actually used it for the first time the other day.
Very cool. That is a beautiful stove, man. That is gorgeous.
It is. It's about 104 years old.
Holy smokes.
Yep. Then we have, some of the people, I'm not sure how many of your subs are our subs, but then we have the traditional ice box.
I just saw one of those on Facebook Marketplace, and I almost pulled the trigger on it myself because that's a beautiful, beautiful piece of furniture.
It is, and it works very well. At first we're using a lot of the ice packs you buy from Home Depot or from
Right.
Pro Shop, but we're finding just putting frozen buckets of water in there works just as good.
That's hey, still to this day. I mean, now I've got batteries and all that stuff here at the cabin, so I've got a lot more power than I've ever had in my life. But like in my freezer right now, right?
Yep.
A frozen gallon of water, a frozen gallon of water. Just anything that will help to keep the temperature up, so I don't have to run the refrigerator as often as I was running it.
Exactly, and that's part of the problem with us is being out here we go to town, like when we went down to Casiloft to go fishing this summer when we ran into you.
Right.
We're gone for 5-6 days, and the batteries couldn't cut it.
Right. Yeah, because you need to be able to fire that up, your system up. If you get cloudy days, you're not going to get any power.
Yeah, and that's what we ran into, and luckily we made it back before it was bad. But when we went in September for our winter supply run, we were only gone 3 days, and we came back, the batteries were flat because we had to have the freezers on, we had to have the refrigerator on, and now with that, we don't have to worry about all this as much, so it's a lot easier. Look at all the chickens. Where's the big one?
I haven't seen the big one in the last couple of days because I've changed the feeding schedule, so the big one doesn't know when the free food's there.
Oh. No, it's been really quiet with the moose here. We haven't seen anything in weeks. I think it's because we've got a bad wolf problem right now. They're keeping them at bay and killing them all. And
Right.
it's bad. And I know that the state just announced they're going to open up this Denali Park for hunting wolves now.
You know, a lot of people don't realize how much wildlife we have in Alaska,
Oh gosh.
and they don't realize, for example, what the number of bears are in Alaska, what the number of moose are in Alaska, or more importantly, what the number of wolves are in Alaska.
Right. Yep.
You know, so they freak out whenever anybody talks about, you know, going to harvest these animals, but at the same time, they don't understand how many we have and what a burden it becomes on the rest of the wildlife up here.
Exactly. I mean, we found out recently that our hunt unit, and more specifically the area that we're at in this hunt unit, has the densest black bear population in most of the state.
Right.
There's been times when Sarah and I would go down to the tracks and sit on the wheeler and just watch. And there was one day we watched, I think it was like 10 to 15 bears cross the track within an hour, all going in the same direction.
That's crazy, huh?
Oh gosh, you know, and then any given day on the trails here, we'll run into 2 or 3 different black bear.
Right.
You know, the grizzlies come through. When the grizzlies come through, the black bears vanish because they're going to get beat up and they know it.
Right.
You know, but the problem is they've decimated our moose population up here.
Yeah, and they really have. Hang on.
Ah, I'm on here alone.
Okay, now I think we're good again.
Oh, hey, you got your connection back.
There we go. Hey, speaking of which, real quick, because I mentioned it early, Smiley is the one I met at Tullamore Dude Distillery. Nolik Shawnagwich, Smiley, glad to see you, my friend. Awesome you can make it. Hope you had a very wonderful Christmas. Let me jump real quick up here and say hi to everybody that may have popped in since I got bumped off of my internet connection. What we got here? Excuse me, Merry Christmas, brother. Glad you can make it today. Right, where we at here? There we go. And I said hi to Lou. Jerry Canadian, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you can make it today, my friend. I think I got you earlier, Kevin, but in case I didn't, Merry Christmas. We got big family. Got Jules already. Karen, Merry Christmas to you. I hope you had a fantastic holiday. I said hi to Mary. Deborah Thacker, Merry Christmas to you. I hope you had yourself a wonderful holiday, and I'm having issues again. Well, there we go. I think we're okay. I'm probably really seriously going to look at Sterling after this week.
It's not bad on the prices. I mean, ours is like $90 a month. You know, and we use the heck out of it between uploading and then, you know, we don't watch a whole lot of TV, but we do like to kick back and watch a movie every now and then. But just knowing that
I'm the same way.
But, you know, but I also have
I'm the same way. I watch.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I watch series on TV. I don't necessarily watch TV, but I'll find a show that I really like and I'll watch, you know, all the episodes.
Yes, that's what we do.
Try and move this over here and see if I can get a better signal.
Yep. Hey, Alaska, cut the cord. Good to see you in here.
Is that Adam?
Yep, that's Adam and Phyllis.
Awesome. I actually remembered A, your name, and B, the channel name when I talked about seeing you guys last night on the live. Josh, Merry Christmas to you, man. Glad you could pop in.
Yep.
So I think the deal with the pricing is the same in Alaska, all over Alaska, because what I've heard is in the lower 48, so Jay and Jen, good friends of mine, Jay, and they pay a lot. I think it's just because Alaska is so rural.
Yes. That's the way it was explained to us when we were signing up for it as well. Uh-oh.
Did you buy it? Like it cost? Do it again.
Yeah, I'm getting every other word.
Okay, am I back?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so did you get your unit from Starlink, or did you buy it at one of the local retail outlets that you can get it from?
I purchased from a place down on Parks Highway down towards the Wasilla Palmer line.
Okay, okay, yeah. That's what I'll do is I'll just hit somebody up locally and buy it, and just make sure I don't have a congestion fee in my area.
I don't see why you would. I mean, I've seen people that are close to town, like Adam and Phyllis. They've got Starlink, and they're right on the border of Wasilla and Willow, and I don't think they get a congestion fee.
I think Homer did, because I saw somebody
Really?
talking about it before that they were having to pay a congestion fee in Homer. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of silly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And
Right.
a waiting list before that issue.
Well, look into it. I mean, but it'll definitely help you. That's for sure, Sean. Anyways, I'm going to pop off here. So if you have anybody else coming up, you can take care of that and get some stuff done here and get ready to make our ham. And I think I lost him again.
You and Sarah, and you guys have a wonderful.
You as well, my friend. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, this is getting frustrating. So I think we're going to switch this over to the camera and just do it that way, because I'm going to jump into the kitchen here and we'll get the roast started. But I want to maintain the live for as long as I can. So let me pull this back up again. Do. Let's see what we can do about going live here. Says my camera's good, my mic's working. Enter the studio. And there. Let me do this. I'll mute that. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Let me know. And then we'll set this up on the counter and see about getting the prime rib going. All right. Hopefully it looks like I'm still here. Just let me know if the audio is still there. Jump over here real quick to see. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can. I'm not seeing anything on that. Yep. Okay, good. You can hear me? Awesome. Prime rib when you should be there. About 3 hours from now, Bill. All right, let me check the temperature in the oven. We are at about 325. I call that pretty good. I'll turn it up just a touch. And then we're going to take the roast. We shall pop that into the pan. The thing I love about this is it can set. It's got a magnet on the back, so it can set perfectly on the stove itself. I really want this to turn out because I haven't had prime rib in forever. So we're putting that in the oven. And the roast itself is at 50 degrees, and I have, I don't know if you can see this or not. There you go. I have it set for 125, so my alarm should go off when that roast reaches 125 degrees. And this is super awesome. When it works well. Set that over here for now. Oh, I'm working on that. You guys don't mind hanging out with me in the kitchen for a bit, do you? A little bit of cooking and prepping. Dinner. I'm a big fan of horseradish on my prime rib. And I've got that. I just like a little bit on the side to dip it into. Get rid of that. The nice thing about doing this on the camera or on the phone, I guess, is that I can take you guys with me. We're going to walk outside, maybe say hi to the chickens. Old School Alaska, Merry Christmas to you. For those just joining the live, if you're wondering why it looks as weird as it does right now, it's because for some reason I can't keep internet connection using the hotspot on the computer, so we're just doing it on the phone right now. How about, while we're doing this, you go ahead and grab some potatoes and get them ready. I like to cook. I'm a huge fan of cooking. I think we'll do that for dinner. We'll grab the ultimate knife. Basically, think scalloped potatoes, but I'm not gonna actually scallop them. I'm not gonna go through that whole process. I'm gonna slice them super thin. Yeah. And then we'll wrap them up in foil just like I would do them if I was doing them on the grill. And we'll season them all up. What's that? Some chickens. We'll see how that comes out. Where did it go? I like some potatoes, and I don't mind having some leftovers. I love the way potatoes, when you slice them like this, cook up in foil. Get a nice little caramelization on the inside of it. Cooks all the way through so they're super tender. Just cut them nice and thin, right? And I'll get rid of that end. We need some foil. But I need to buy some more foil. Take these. Lay them out, spread them out a bit. Hit them with a little olive oil. Philip, Merry Christmas to you, man. I hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Sorry if I'm missing a few people here, but like I said, I'm doing this on the phone now because the hotspot just doesn't seem to want to work today. I'll hit that with some olive oil. A little kosher salt across the top of those. A little coarse ground black pepper. We need some rosemary, don't we? Fill up on there. Piss that off. My oven temp is at, Lipstick Linda is asking. The oven temp, it's like at 325 now, so 350. All right. So then I take this rosemary, right? And I just kind of crush it up in my fingers. Break it up a little. It's just dried rosemary. Sprinkle a little bit of that across the top. And then normally I would throw garlic, fresh garlic in here if I was going to do roasted rosemary potatoes, but I'm just going to use some granulated garlic on there. Then we'll need some butter. A little bit of butter. And then as the butter melts in with the olive oil, that's what I'm cooking. Let me show you this real quick here. All right, so that's what it looks like. That's it. Oil up. That is done and ready for the oven. I don't know how I'm going to do the asparagus. I mean, usually I do asparagus on the grill. I've also steamed it. I boiled it. I don't know if I'll do it in the oven. I think what I'll do instead is, I don't know how much foil I have left. Oh yes, we're golden. I'm going to do the asparagus in the oven as well with the potatoes. How's that sound? That's it, right, Bill? My Alaska, I'm going to cook it the same way. So let me grab that. Except I'm just going to do olive oil and kosher salt on the asparagus. Sound good? And since it's just me, we'll do like that much. Good. There we go. Did not think I was going to be cooking for you on Christmas this year. There we go. It looks like I am. And then again, a little kosher salt. And we're all set up and ready to go. I'll give this to the chickens. Matter of fact, let me put my shoes on. We'll go outside and give the chickens a treat. It's the Cooking with Sean show. Let me grab my boots. I'll be right back and grab the camera. I should have known there was going to be an issue with this today because, it's Christmas and everybody's on the phone talking to all their loved ones, family and friends. I'll have to be pretty careful when I'm walking around out there too, because like I said, it's pretty icy. Actually, don't even need to jump in there. Say hi, ladies. Oh. Here you go. Tear it up. Well, Sam's going to town right away on it, huh? Sam's the name of the rooster. The black hens are black Australorps, and the red hens are Rhode Island Reds. And they're all coming back into their feathers finally, which is good. But yeah, look at the lack of snow that I have. This is crazy. I mean, right? I shouldn't be able to see ground. I should not be able to see ground over there. The wood pile I've been digging into. Oh. Fire still is cruising right along. Temperature we got in here. 72 and 72 for the temperature right now. We'll scroll back through here. See, I got starred. That was Al's comment. Tina Murphy, Merry Christmas to you. Hope you're having a fantastic holiday. Let's see if I can do this. Christmas cooking show with Sean. We'll start a new tradition, right? Cooking dinner with Sean. We need a baking show in our future. I agree. It happens more often than I like. But like I said, when I was talking to Rob, I've been thinking about doing Starlink, and I might do it. Junior, Merry Christmas, my friend. I hope you had a fantastic holiday, and I hope you're still having a fantastic holiday. Yeah, so I'm just kicking back now on the couch. I got the roast in the oven. I should probably grab that. It takes a while before you start to see any movement on this, but once it starts to go up, it'll climb pretty quick. But we're still at 50 degrees. It's only been in the oven for like 5 or 10 minutes, so. Deb, Merry Christmas. I can't wait to see you make regular white bread. I can't tell you the last time I've had a slice of regular white bread. We never ate that as kids growing up. My dad would pretty much never allow it in the house. For us, it was, if you're going to have anything other than sourdough, and my dad was Irish, it was going to be rye or wheat bread. We never had white bread. Even when he owned a bakery, he would never bring home fresh white bread. He would always bring home, rye or wheat bread. Oh. Nice. Nice thing about this too is I can plug it into my charger. There we go. Since you missed it, come on, brother. 500 for 15 minutes, then down to 325 for about 17 minutes per pound. And I talked about that earlier. So when it comes to doing prime rib, I have one way of cooking it, and I will never vary from the way that I cook it, because every time I do it, it generally turns out absolutely divine. I'm not of the school that you start it off high to seal the crust and then turn it down low. I cook it at one temperature all the way through, and that's the way I have always done it. So when it's done, you will see what it looks like, Al. I'm telling you, man, you will be blown away by how it looks. I got back up here. Shoot. This screen scrolls way too fast. There we go. JD, my best to you and Rhonda. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas, brother. It is awesome to see you today. And then back to Al's comment. So here was Al's comment. 500 for 15, then down to 325 for about 17 minutes per pound. So when it comes to a roast like this, like I said earlier, I'm never gonna, the how long per pound is only a guideline. I am gonna only worry about the temperature. The internal temperature of the roast is when I'm going to pull it. So if it decides it's going to be 17 minutes a pound, that's great. If it decides it's going to be 22 minutes a pound, that's great too, because the internal temperature is what it's all about, so that you don't overcook that thing. But I'm not a big proponent, like I said, of the high to low or the low to high, doing a reverse sear on it. I just cook it at one temperature all the way through. And we won't be live when this roast is done, more than likely. But I will definitely post a picture on the community tab for everybody to see what it looks like. And I'll make sure I share it on the Sean in Alaska Facebook page as well. You wanted to see how I did it? How I did what? The roast? Again, the only ingredients that I have on my prime rib are kosher salt, pretty heavy because that's a big chunk of meat. It can take a lot of salt, and it's just going to be on the crust anyway. Coarse ground black pepper, so a little bit lighter on that, and then pretty heavy on the oregano. So then you're going to have that, as that salt dissolves with the fat coming out of the meat, it's going to make that nice crust on the outside. It's absolutely delicious. Absolutely to die for when it's done. Ah, Junior, I am so sorry to hear that, my friend. Heart goes out to you and your family. Very sorry to hear that. That, especially during the holidays, man. Sorry, brother. Sorry about that. Kenai Caster, Merry Christmas, my friend. Trying to get Starlink here down Funny River. Their website says unavailable at max capacity, right? See, that's what I was worried about. So I'll contact them. Well, maybe we'll pull a YouTube card and tell them I'll do a video for them if they just let me pay them money. Shawnee Grows, Merry Christmas. Awesome to see you today. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas, and I hope it's still going well for you. You pull it at 125? Can you read that? Let's see if I can get it so you can see it. There you go. 125 is when I'm pulling it to. And the thing about prime rib, right? So everybody's all, well, I have so-and-so, and they don't like rare, and they like medium, or they like medium well. And I'm okay with medium well, but if they like well done, you probably don't need to invite them next year. Either that or just fix them a burger. So what I like to do is when, like Al said, here, you cook it at 125 and the rest, and then it'll rest. As it rests, it'll come up another 5 degrees to 130, and you're going to get rare to medium rare. Get yourself a pot of au jus, God bless you, off to the side. And you're going to do this for every cut, no matter what. So when you cut the prime rib into slices, before you put it on the plate for the person that's going to eat it, take that prime rib, dip it through the au jus, God bless you, and put it on their plate. But if anybody wants it done to medium, where they don't want the pink, or they want very little pink, or the medium well where they want no pink, just put that in the au jus pot and let it finish in the pot of au jus. Then you don't lose the tenderness of the prime rib, and you don't lose the flavor, juiciness of that prime rib. Then they get a piece of meat where they don't have to see the pink. Because a lot of people that don't like to see medium rare, or medium, that line of pink in their meat, it's a visual thing for them. So they're still getting a quality cut of meat, but it's not overcooked. So I just give it a bath in the au jus and let it finish off in there for those folks. But I'm with Al 100% here. 125 is when you pull it out of the oven. It's going to come up 5 more degrees when you're done. So you're going to be serving it at 130. That's going to be rare to medium rare. It's going to be perfect. So Deb, on the sourdough, and there's a lot of folks that don't like the sour flavor of sourdough bread. If you do your own starter at home, your bread doesn't necessarily need to be sour when it's done. That is just, they call it a sourdough starter because if you stick to a sourdough recipe, your bread will be sour. But there are other recipes that you can make, like ciabatta and stuff like that, where you're not putting in that much sour. It's going to be a longer rest time, but you won't have the sour bite of the bread when it's finished. Oh, cool. No show on the bread. We covered that. Okay, cool. I'm pretty lazy. I buy the packaged mashed potatoes now because they're so easy. But if I'm going to have any company over, I'll make them from scratch because there's nothing better than fresh scratch mashed potatoes. Oh, and Deb does a roast that way. Awesome. Au jus, right? I got to have a little au jus to dip it in, and I got to have a little horseradish on the side. And I don't, this piece is all au jus. This piece is au jus with a little horseradish. And I just love the flavors. Binford, Merry Christmas, man. A first timer here. Can you give a real quick overview of yourself, location, off grid, how long? Doggy. So I don't have any pets. I have the chickens. I do want to get a dog, but I lived in a trailer for 10 years while I was building this place, basically. So I didn't think that was fair to me or a dog. But there is a pup in the future, I think. I am originally I was born and raised in San Francisco, in the San Francisco Bay Area of California. And then I grew up my senior year of high school, and for about 10 or 15 years after that in the Sierra Nevadas, just north of Yosemite National Park. Fell in love with Alaska when I was a little kid. Always wanted to live here. I lived here in 98 to 2001. and then had to go back to lower 48 because I have 2 kids, and there were some parenting issues that the ex needed some help with. So I went back down to California, and then when my youngest graduated, I moved back to Alaska in 2013. Drove up here in an old motorhome. Matter of fact, that old motorhome is out in the yard right now. I just started it and drove it over here this last summer. Then found this piece of property. I bought it. I pitched a tent, and every weekend when I get off of work on Friday, I would cut trees down, and because I work full time, I would cut trees down and get everything ready. I had the driveway finished in October, moved the 5th wheel trailer that I had purchased onto the property and lived in that for a couple of years, and then started building the cabin. I've never built anything before in my life. This is the first thing I've ever built, and it has been an adventure ever since. So I hope that caught you up, Binford, but welcome and Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Back over here. Madhunanda, Merry Christmas. Glad you could make it today. Let me turn this back a little bit. There we go. I got to get kind of close to this phone to say hi to everybody. Ciabatta. I don't have instructions. I don't have written instructions for how to make anything yet on bread, but there's a ton of recipes online. I would just Google it, or, as much as I am a YouTube creator, I also do some stuff over on TikTok, and there are some great bread makers on TikTok. So like a 1-minute video of a million recipes for bread over on TikTok. And I would suggest, first, I'd suggest Googling a recipe, but then if you want to see how it's physically done, I'd jump over to TikTok and check that out as well. I'm Sean in Alaska on TikTok as well. Everybody's saying hi to everybody else. Yeah, I'm the same way with you, Deb, right? I'd never really done anything with, with sourdough before. I'd never tried, I was a professional baker and owned a bakery for years, but I never made a scratch bread. Everything was, I made scratch breads, but I'd never made a bread from starter, unnaturally leavened bread. Everything was yeast added. And it's a fun adventure. It's neat to have that living thing in your house. My mustache is just going absolutely crazy on this side. So I'm just going to pull it down all the way. It doesn't want to do what it's told at all. So yeah, I've had a blast playing around with sourdough, and I absolutely love it. I'm a huge fan of ciabatta, though. Ciabatta's the best hamburger bun I've ever done in my life has been a ciabatta bun. And I absolutely adore that bread. And ciabatta basically is Italian for little slipper loaf or little slipper bread. But it's so airy and yummy, and it's so good. So good. Tink, Merry Christmas to you. I hope you had yourself a wonderful day at your son's. Very cool. Spend time with family. That's more important. That's the most important thing you could ever do. Technically, I am. I am Sean wherever I go. I like that. I'm a hairdresser too, and I still want to trim your beard and stash. So the story is that I've had a mustache probably since I was, 14 or 15. I only grow this in winter because it's way too hot to have in Alaska in the summer. So right around March, you'll see this whole thing go. And the crazy thing is today I actually had it all brushed out, and I even hit it with, the mustache too. I even hit it with the Amish wax so that I had the full handlebar thing going on here to give the Santa look. But yeah, I don't know how much of that is because of the camera or because Sean doesn't know how to trim his beard or mustache. We'll just do it like that. It'll drive everybody. It'll drive me crazy. My neck will start to itch around March, and it'll all be gone. Karen, the family is doing fantastic. Talked to both daughters today, all the grandkids and the son-in-law, and everybody had a wonderful Christmas. They're all doing fantastic. Oh, one of the neighbors is coming over. I don't know which one this is. Is this Pete? Yeah. It's my neighbor Pete's coming over, and he's got a bag full of goodies. Awesome. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to go grab this. I love it. Cruising around in the old 4-wheeler or the 6-wheeler, Christmas music playing and arriving with snacks. Merry Christmas, my friend. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Awesome.
Yeah, we have to put music on. I can't deliver without music.
I love it. I'm live on YouTube right now, so I'm going to jump back to it. Thanks, Pete. Very good. Thank you, Amanda. You want to know one of the reasons why I love living where I live in Funny River? It's because the neighbor just pulled up in his little six-wheeler side by side with his wife blasting Christmas music, delivering Christmas snacks. I'm going to eat good. So this is Chex Mix and oh, look at that. That's like caramel popcorn. Yummy. Yummy. That's Pete and Amanda. And for anybody who didn't know who Pete was, when I had the gravel work done in the front with the little tractor, it was Pete that was driving the tractor. Ooh, and another one. Same thing. Yum. Very cool. All right, let's see what I got here. I think I got that. I got that. You guys definitely need to check out Alaska Cut the Cord as well. Adam and Phyllis, neat channel, and they're getting ready for some big adventures themselves. How did you trip around the world last night? What time did you make it back home? I'm only an emergency Santa, in case, the big guy has something going on and he needs some help. Then I jump in and maybe work a mall here and there. But generally speaking, I pretty much get to stay close to home. What we got here? All right, Matt. You had to bring it up, right? Ho, 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 ho. There you go. Even the rooster chimed in on that one. Excuse me, says Sean, did you mention that the handlebar stash was your thing? That it is good. I like doing it. I've been growing it as long as I possibly can. The problem is I'll start to trim it, and then one side will get shorter than the other, and the next thing you know, it's just back to a regular mustache. One of the coolest things about being a guy is if you don't like how you look, right? You could just grow one. That's a little more even now. You could just grow one, and then if you don't like how that looks, you could just shave it off. Super awesome, wasn't it, Shawnee? Yeah, I've got great neighbors, Karen. This is a wonderful place. This is a wonderful, wonderful place for me to be in. It's a wonderful place for me to be here in the place I am in my life. I absolutely adore it. There it goes. Pete the Gravel Man. Can I have people join the live when I'm on my phone? I don't know. The link is still there, though. Bill, why don't you try if you want to come on up? The North Pole there is North Pole, Alaska, and that's where the Santa Claus house is. And I would challenge everybody to go check it out. It's very, very cool. Let's see here. It says guests. It's just got me right now. But yeah, Bill, try the link and see if it'll let you bring it up. Or I could hit invite guests, and I could copy it, and then I could go back here. I probably just didn't see it. Let's see here. I don't even know how I can comment on my own live, to be honest with you at this point. Oh, it looks like I got a guest. There's Bill. Merry Christmas, Bill.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Sean. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Not too bad.
Nice. Looks like you got a pretty day up there, huh?
Yep, that's where the sun comes up. It goes right through there this time of the year, about where my
Right.
finger is. Actually, right there is the sun, I think.
Yep.
Right there. So it doesn't get very high up here.
No, same thing down here, man. This time of year, solar it's a wonderful thought to have, but if you got any trees, you're not going to get much.
Yeah. My Starlink,
Oh, nice.
it works pretty good, but some of those trees actually get in the way of it every once in a while.
Do you ever have any issues from weather?
If it's really overcast, thick clouds, you can have a little bit.
Right.
But other than that, it's not too bad.
All right, I'm gonna have to see what I can do about pulling the trigger on that and seeing if I can get hooked up with Starlink here, because It just, the interruptions are a pain in the neck, and then I wouldn't have to drive to town in the summer to upload videos.
Right. Right here's about how much snow we have.
So you got about a foot there, it looks like, huh?
Yeah. And that's after 2-3 weeks of 40+ temps and lots of rain.
It's crazy. It is crazy. The rain that we've had, it is crazy how warm it has been this year.
Yeah.
This is awesome. All these people from Alaska that jump onto the live, I greatly appreciate it.
That's elbow deep with fingers straight down. So
right. So I had. Let's see if I can. I'll unplug this real quick because I'm going to charge it right this second. So I had the big wooden spool like you have out in the yard.
Right.
And I don't know if you guys can see that, but behind the solar panel there is that same wooden spool. And I had 32 inches measured on top of that spool before it started getting warm.
Right. We got a little bit of snow in the trees, not very much, but got a little bit up here.
Yeah, mine's all gone. I got no snow in the trees.
So.
Oh, this house is starting to smell divine. Oh, with that roast.
And there's my cabin in the background.
That is awesome. Yeah, I've got well, there's the trailer I originally moved up here in, back behind the truck, that old motorhome.
You
but
still
I've got
have that? I thought you were getting rid of it.
no.
Or
So
was
I was getting rid of the motorhome and the fifth wheel. So the guy who wanted the fifth wheel, he had that towed over to his place, and then the guy that wanted the motorhome said, "You know what? I'm not really going to need it." So I said, "Okay," and I just brought it over to my place and parked it here. So I'll find somebody who wants one, and I'll give it to him.
Right.
I'm wasting my time here with this. Oh, I can smell that prime rib right now.
Got a little snow slide sliding off the rabbit hutch.
Very cool.
Yeah, that happened a couple weeks ago when it warmed up one day.
Right. Yeah, I don't, with the pitch of my roof and probably you with the pitch of your roof, you probably don't see too much of that on your cabin itself, right?
No. When it slides completely off.
Yeah. What's your pitch on your roof there?
It's not a traditional one, but it's really close. I believe it's like just a hair off of a 11-12.
Okay. Yeah, mine's a 9-12, so.
Yeah. So I did design the roof as okay, let's make this roof at a 11-12 or 12-12 or anything like that. I'm like, let's make this roof so I can stand up in the loft, and we'll go from there. Whatever it turns out to be, it turns out to be.
I did the same thing, but when I started looking at it originally, I was chatting with some different creators and some different contractors, and that have YouTube channels, and they have drawing a blank on who it is right now. It's houseimprovements.com, and Shannon's the guy who runs the channel. Super nice guy, but he's got a forum too. And I originally was going to do 8-foot walls with a 2-foot pony wall, and he goes, no. He goes, build 10-foot walls. You'll maintain your strength. And then he goes, just drop your loft down at the 2-foot level, and then you'll have all the walking room. But that was the key to me too, is I want to be able to stand up in the loft.
Yeah, I did do the pony walls up in the loft, but they're like 33 inches high or something like that. Right.
Yeah.
And the loft is only 8x12, so it's not like I'm losing any strength. It's too small.
Right. And that was the big thing with me, is because the cabin was going to be 20x24. He said, over that span, don't do a pony wall, just do a straight up wall.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely got some snow here still.
Yep. Yeah, you guys can still run your snow machines. Down here, they pretty much are looking at water skis.
Yeah, it's all the trails are groomed in this area. They've been out grooming them. So they're all groomed.
Yeah, we have in Funny River, we have a cross-country ski club, group of people that just get together and go, and they groom all the trails and everything. And they went from November, beautiful trails, but then it got to be 20 below zero, so nobody was going out. To December, where it's 40 degrees, and now there's no snow left on the ground.
Right. This one door's shut. Here, let me show you something real quick in here.
Sure. Oh, there's your Christmas tree.
Yeah,
Right on.
like my Christmas tree.
It's official. We've all seen Bill's Christmas tree this year.
Yeah. Hey, shameless plug.
Nice. Oh, the YouTube creators meetup.
Yep. We're having another one this summer.
The big problem is are you going to do it June this year?
Yes.
I'll see if I can make it. My daughter's getting married in the middle of June, and then at the end of June, we're still far enough away from the Red Run where I could get off of work.
Yep, that's why we're doing it. I think it's the 21st or something that Saturday.
Okay.
And we're doing it then because by that time everyone should have their gardens planted, but yet it's not salmon run time yet.
Right.
And
That's
it's
perfect.
not a 4th of July weekend. So it's kind of right in that medium area. And it should be nice. The last 3 summers, it's been absolutely beautiful up until the week of the 4th of July.
Right.
So, well, hope you can make it up. Definitely.
Yeah, I would love to, man. If it's going to be in that window, it's a lot more doable for me. Like I said, then once the Reds hit, I can't take time off from work. We just
too busy down there.
Yeah, we go from a population of maybe 40,000 on the Kenai Peninsula to 140,000 overnight. Yeah, and it's just my boss would kill me if I said, "Hey, can I take this day off?"
Well, it's only one day. You could drive up in the morning and go back down in the night.
If I come up, man, I'm coming up to spend the night, and then I'm leaving the next day, or I'm staying the whole day, and then I'm leaving the next day. I'll spend the night up there twice.
Yeah, totally
Bring
understand.
the tent.
It's a long drive.
But it's beautiful, man. It's a gorgeous drive. Every part of Alaska is beautiful.
It is. Down along Turnagain Arm. It's just so beautiful. It's phenomenal. Merry Christmas! I haven't seen you in a while, man. Awesome to see you. Well, Sean, I think I'm going to jump off of here. Just wanted to jump on, say hi to everyone in the chat.
Very cool. Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
Merry Christmas, Sean. Have a good one.
You too.
Okay. Talk to you later.
All right, man. See you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
From Stephen, Maine. Hello, Sean. Merry Yule log, buddy. I hope your prime rib roast comes out amazing. I should have made one of those, on sale for $6.77 a pound. You got to get one. You got to. When it's that cheap. I don't know what we're going to see for beef prices for 2025, but I don't expect to see ribeyes for $5.97 a pound for that, in the next year. I don't expect it that cheap. This year was the cheapest I've seen it in a long time. Right. So I wonder if everybody wonders what's going on here. You've joined the live late. It's because Sean, for whatever reason, can't stay connected on his internet connection via my laptop. So we're doing it on the cell phone. Let me see if I could. Oh, I could. I could play that again. That would be awesome. So we're just finishing up hour number 2 when hour number 1 was when we started losing everything. So if you guys need to take a restroom break, then now's going to be the time to do it. I'm going to go ahead and play the Christmas tree video again. This is a video of all the pictures of Christmas trees that all the viewers have sent me this year. I am an absolute fanatic for Christmas. I love to see everybody's trees. We're going to get that started now. It runs about 5 minutes. Go get a snack, hang out, chit chat amongst yourselves, and hopefully this should work fine. Let's see.
Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches. Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches. The sight of thee at Christmastide brings hope and gladness far and wide. Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches.
I can't thank you people enough that sent me pictures of your trees. I absolutely adore seeing those, and I love putting that video together. I finished that up this morning. I am Sean in Alaska. For anybody who just joined, I saw that Carol Hirsch was here. Carol, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you can make it. Dino Lindsay, okay, I'm going to get out of my phones now. Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year. See you all soon. Dino from Essex in the UK. Merry Christmas, brother. Thank you very much. Awesome to have you here today. Stephen Maine. I got to go back here, right? I got to go back here. Because Navy Dave said at Stephen Maine 2007, I vote you make some seafood chowder and invite your favorite brother over for some. I sure hope that, Steve, you have another brother besides Dave so that you can invite him over for seafood chowder. And Steve says, I was waiting for your live to start since 10:55 and then realized you meant my time, not Eastern Standard Time, so I had to wait for several more hours, right? Yeah. Everything's always Alaska time because it's hard for me to figure out the time zones for everybody else because we have our own time zone, and then I think Hawaii has their own time zone as well. But I was on Pacific time forever and ever for most of my life. But yeah, I actually had to look it up because I had some messages from a subscriber that lives in Wales. And he wanted to know what time I was going live. So it was 11 a.m. Alaska time or 8 p.m. UK and Wales time. I knew that because I looked it up. Henry Leslie, Vermont, Merry Christmas, my friend. Glad you can make it today. Raquel Hernandez, Merry Christmas to you. Although I love Christmas a lot, I was looking forward to this one. I know I heard about that, your younger sister. I am so sorry to hear that. It's always terrible to lose anybody, but it's even harder, I think, during the holidays. I hope you make it through. I hope your family is surrounded by love and that you guys make it through this time. And my heart's out to you, Raquel. It really is. Alex B, Merry Christmas, my friend. You just got back from your trip. Awesome. Glad you could pop in. I tried to download the picture of your New Year's tree, but it kept asking me to go to a file that was saved on a drive on Google Drive, and I don't download from there unless I know exactly what it is I'm downloading. So I couldn't get your tree picture that you sent me for New Year's, but Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to you, Alex. CB, Merry Christmas, my friend. Just popping in for a quick hello and a Merry Christmas to all. I woke up yesterday sick as a dog, so you'll be heading back to take care of yourself, man. Take care of your health first. You know how I feel about that. But I'm glad you popped in and a Merry Christmas to you. So, Deb, right now it is 1:09 p.m. here in my part of Alaska. I don't know if I answered this because somebody had asked earlier about a little bit about myself. I live on the Kenai Peninsula, and I live outside of the town of Soldotna, Alaska. So I live in the main part of Alaska, but down in the bottom right-hand side of it. So if you look at a map of Anchorage, and we'll do it right here in the middle. If you look at a map of Alaska and you see Anchorage at the top of the Cook Inlet, follow that down to the right, and you'll see the Kenai Peninsula. It's a peninsula that just bumps out. I live on that. I just had a bowl of lobster with melted butter sauce since you didn't invite me over for prime rib, Sean. Picked up some, yum, yum. I do like lobster. I do like lobster. Okay, thanks, Bill. Eastern's 4 hours ahead of us. I know Alaska time, Pacific time, and Central time. Yeah, Central time, third. Those are the three I know for sure. So I should be able to figure out Eastern, right? You can't remember my brother ever prepping a meal for me other than maybe the occasional burger of the barbecue grill. Dave will always show up for a free meal, though. My brothers and I all cook for each other. But my brother, Bart, the one who I mentioned earlier, always does the Thanksgiving dinners. That man makes the greatest hamburger on a grill I have ever had in my life. Literally. I've said this before, but he can buy the hamburger. He can say, here, and give me a piece of that hamburger. We will put it down on the grill at the same time. We will flip them at the same time. We will cook them to the same doneness temperature. We will pull them off, and his will be better than mine. And I have no idea how he does it. You're 10 minutes past 4, so you're Central time, Deb. Okay. Yep. And then she commented, yes, Central time. Nice. I figured that out. On my own, even. Nice. So right now on the prime rib clock, we are at 82 degrees with a target of 125. So slowly but surely coming up. I probably have, like I said, it'll probably be when this live is over. I'm going to end this live at 2 p.m. my time. So that would be 5 p.m. Central. That'll be 3 hours. And I've never gone longer than that. But right about that time, that prime rib ought to be done. So for anybody interested, if you're not doing it already, you can follow me on Facebook, Sean in Alaska on Facebook. The link is down below in the show notes. Or you could just check out the community tab later on and you'll see it. And I'll probably have it in next week's video to show you what it looks like. No, Steve, I am not doing any of that voodoo mumbo jumbo with my meat. We discussed it before, but there's people jumping in and out of here all the time. When I cook my prime rib, I cook it at one temperature from beginning to end, and it comes out perfect every single time. So I don't reverse sear. I don't start it high and drop it low. I don't cook it for so many minutes per pound. I cook it at 330 degrees. If I'm doing a full 20-pound prime rib, it's about 2 hours and 30 minutes, roughly in there, but I'm more interested in the internal temperature than anything else. And the internal temperature I shoot for is 125 degrees Fahrenheit. When you pull it out to rest, it's going to come up about 5 degrees more, so it'll be at 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and it'll be absolutely perfect. Oh, you still have an hour and a half on your turkey. Nice. Right? What else are you going to do when you're cooking food that takes that long? I mean, you can hang out with relatives. How fun is that? Burgers are an art in themselves. You know how I feel about that, Dave. You'll see 20 burgers cooked at my place every year. Once I fire up that grill and get into burger mode, it's all over. That's all I'm eating is hamburgers. I love a good cheeseburger. Absolutely adore a good cheeseburger. Kevin's got 5:12 right now. So, Kevin, you are in the Eastern time zone in Michigan? Oh, you had your first lobster on Cape Breton Island. Nice. I'd like to go to Cape Breton. I would like to see Cape Breton. I feel the same way. I feel the absolute same way. You know, if somebody stops by when I'm doing a live and they want to sit down on the couch and get on the live, if it's Ward or it's Todd or whatever, that's fine. Or Brother Will, I don't have a problem with that. But I'd much rather hang out with you guys than spend the day going out and visiting everybody. That and most of the folks that I know here, you know, if they're not with their family, then they're doing something special by themselves. I'm not interfering in that. Okay, Kevin. Perfect. Yeah. All right. This is awesome. It still says it's going to snow, but I'm still not seeing any snow out there. I tell you what I could do, though, is since this is cooking and doing its thing, I can put my shoes on and we can go for a little walk outside if you guys want to, because this phone will allow us to do this everywhere. I'll just have to make sure I put on the cleats because I don't need to slip and fall on my butt. I fired up the generator today to top off the batteries, so we'll give a little update on how the battery system's working. Matter of fact, I'll walk you around and show you some of that before I put the cleats on. But they were at like 76% today. But my biggest problem now is keeping the OPS charged up because I was firing up the generator just to top off the OPS. It doesn't take as long to top off the lithium batteries. And so the OPS has been running like 40, 50%. So today what I decided to do was plug the OPS into the big battery system. And then I'll get that thing all the way up to 100%. And at that point, I'll just worry about topping it off every time I top off the battery. So let's, at 52%, that's fine. Do this first. Let me jump through here real quick because I had some people jump in. Uh-oh, there we go. That's sacrilege. Navy Dave, I've lost so much respect for you at this point. Okay, good. Just resend them. Perfect. Excuse me says, yes, a walk. John, Merry Christmas, brother. Awesome to see you today. 37 in South Central Wisconsin. Very cool. Very cool. Modernata says, I'm cooking chicken with turkey-style mashed potatoes from scratch. Nice. I love rice pilaf. Cassandra, Merry Christmas to you. Glad you could pop in. My husband and I live in Anchorage. Love watching local channels. Also love watching my favorite YouTubers. The other day you were watching Wood. I love Graham at Woodness Goodness. He is an incredible, and I'll say young man because I'm getting older now. He's an incredible young man who is fearless in trying to do stuff. And I have nothing but respect for him. And he's a very kind and generous person. He gave me a nice shout out on his channel that was not asked for in any way, shape, or form. But I watch every one of his videos and I comment on every one of his videos. And I am entertained every time that man is on YouTube. Graham is just an awesome, awesome guy. If you guys don't follow Woodness Goodness, you need to follow Woodness Goodness. He likes to get after it. Okay, so let's go for a little bit of a walk around the cabin. First of all, so right now the prime rib is at 90 degrees. It's climbing pretty quick. I'll take a peek. You guys want a sneak peek? Let's look. Temperature's right about where I want it. There's not much to see right now, folks, but it's going to be delicious. I didn't tie it. I have been known to tie roasts in the past, but I didn't tie it. So the batteries I was talking about earlier, these are the two 300 amp hour Vader lithium iron phosphate batteries that I have. They were kind enough to send them my way. I did a review on them. We're going to do more reviews on them as we go forward. I bought an 80 amp lithium iron phosphate battery charger to keep that charged up. And right now this plug, let me see if I can do this here. This plug here is running the OPS and charging the OPS up. And this plug is running the refrigerator. Because I have outlets that I put into the wall. And then I ran this line over, see if I can get this in here. See where the extension cord comes out here? I ran that line all the way through there, and I'm going to end up putting outlets behind this wall as well. But I have an outlet in the kitchen right behind the refrigerator, and that's what the refrigerator's plugged in, and then I installed that outlet to take care of some other stuff. But the wood stove is cranking right along and doing fantastic. The only problem is it's 74 degrees in the cabin right now, which is way too much. So let me put my cleats on, because the last thing I need to do is slip on my tuchus. I'm going to set you guys right here while I do this. Stay. I'm going to take a walk outside for a bit here. I mean, it's a pretty day. These are what I'm putting on my feet. Just like tire chains for your shoes. The ice hurts. It hurts even more when you get older. Yeah, real quick. Not gonna lie, that house smells divine right now with that prime rib. Let's walk over and say hi to the chickens. Oh. Sam, what's happening? Ladies, how are you? We should get them a treat. Should have thought about this before I walked out. Give them some little cup full of black oil sunflower seeds. How's that sound? I'll get back to looking at the comments here in a second. It's all icy. That's why I've got these on, so I don't fall on my bottom. Oh, I fixed the gate, so I don't have to have the bag in front of it anymore. Sam, what's up, dude? Relax, bud. Relax. Okay, ready, ladies? There we go. We'll grab some. That chicken still needs it. Her feathers are coming back in now. This black one over here too. Her feathers are coming back in. There we go. You guys are doing awesome. All right, let's get this. Let's see if I can get over here. When I fix the gate, I fix the latch. And now when I'm inside, I need to tie a string to this so I can get to it. All right, let's see what we got going here. I'm going to have my ham and eggs during my breakfast in the morning. Never waste any of it. My dinner was ham, stuffing, green beans. Yeah, right? That's the best part about this. So what I don't eat on that prime rib is going to become French dips. And I do what my brothers and I all call the California French dip that has the prime rib. It's on a hard roll. So you got the prime rib, then you have bacon, you have Ortega chilies, roasted Ortega chilies, and then Swiss cheese on it. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely yummy. I do. I comment on every video I watch, even if it's, I'll give a thumbs up or I'll just say great video, or I'm a big proponent of that. If I watch something and you entertain me, I'm going to at least acknowledge that you entertain me. Deb said, I just found Witness Goodness the other day. He's awesome, and I love his cabin, especially the windows. The first time I found him, he was building the first cabin. And I thought, man, this guy has got something for windows. He is just all about windows. And sure enough, the next cabin he built, he just went crazy with the windows again. He is an awesome, awesome guy. And I like the solutions that he finds for issues that he has, right? So if he's having a problem trying to figure something out, he comes up with so many solutions that are just awesome. Right, Cassandra? It's been a warm winter so far. I'm hoping that it stays so our breakup season isn't so hard. Breakup was pretty easy last year. It has been crazy, crazy warm. I mean, I should not be able to see my driveway looking like it should look in March, right? That's how I should look in March. Or rocks, right? No ice or snow here at all on top of where I usually park my truck. This is crazy warm. Exactly, right? A little treat for the chickens. I've been lacking on that. Usually Will comes over and gives him a treat, but it's Christmas. I'll give him another one later. Zeb wants to know how many eggs I'm getting. I was getting a dozen plus a day, but I do not provide artificial light and I do not provide artificial heat. So when the days get short like they are now, that triggers the chicken to stop laying. My philosophy was I wanted to give them a break in the winter, and I wanted them to lay for longer. So everything I've read says that I'm a first-time chicken owner. Everything I've read says that chickens are born with the total amount of eggs they will ever lay. So if you provide the light and you get the fresh eggs all winter long, you're going to shorten the laying life of your chicken. That's my thought. And so far it's worked. Do I get a day off? Yeah, I'm off today. And normally I'm off on weekends. Like I said, for those that are new, that have popped in here, I work full time plus this whole project of building the cabin, plus doing the YouTube and everything else. But I'm usually off weekends. So I'm off on Saturday and Sunday, but because it's Christmas, I have the day off today, which is super awesome. They are, right? Excuse me, they are. So if you guys saw the rooster, the neat story behind him is I had a rooster before. When I bought the black Australorps, I bought all hens, but for whatever reason, I ended up with a rooster. It happens. And he was a jerk. He was a mean, mean bird. And I can walk in and I could pick up every one of my hens, and they're absolutely fine with me. But he was just oh, that smell. He was just mean. So he had to go. Well, somebody was giving away another rooster, and I saw it. So when I saw the breed that he was, I jumped on it. He's what is called an Alaska Ninja chicken. So he is being bred by the breeder in Willow. It's 10 years into a 20-year breeding project for a hardy Alaska chicken. So I jumped on it and I got him. And he's still standoffish from me. And I really haven't tried to pick him up because he gets a little nervous around me. He doesn't attack, which is what I like. And he treats the ladies well. He's not, the other one, He was tearing their feathers out. He was just mean. But I'm hoping this spring to have the hens lay eggs and to actually hatch more chickens this year. We'll see what happens. Leslie Lindsay, Merry Christmas, man. Awesome, awesome to see you. How many eggs do I get a day? Like I said, when they're laying, I'll get 12 eggs a day. So Black Australorp is probably of the what's the word I'm looking for? The dual purpose hens. The Black Australorp and the Rhode Island Reds are two of the most prolific layers of that breed. So I'll get pretty much an egg a day from every chicken. Awesome, Shawnee. Have I watched Getting Off Grid with Sean Paul? He's in Interior Alaska. He's from Florida. I think I might have seen a video or two of his. But honestly, if I don't stumble across somebody while I'm playing around, it's hard for me to just sit there and search for different stuff. I did a lot of searching in YouTubers in Alaska before I moved up. And I found a lot of channels that I liked. But anymore, it's really hard because I just don't spend as much time watching YouTube as I spend building on the cabin and creating videos and that kind of stuff. I have a limited amount of time to get all that done. But I'll check him out for sure. Sean Paul, Interior Alaska. Nice. Dogs are having scrambled eggs for Christmas dinner. Very cool. That's the second time that comment popped up in a row. That's awesome. That's crazy. We've had minus 13 in the morning and have removed snow 3 times. I used the snowblower probably 5 times already this year. And we had minus 27 at one point here in November. But it has been so much nicer in the last. December's been gorgeous. December's been phenomenal. Here in Ontario, Canada, it's at 5:30 p.m. right now. I can make that go up. There we go. Yeah, right. That's what I'm looking for. I want some new blood in the flock, and I'd love to see what kind of hens get produced from a mix of the Black Australorp, the Rhode Island Red, and that Alaska Ninja chicken, because he's huge. That rooster is 2 to 3 times the size of my biggest hen. Getting off grid. Okay, I'm gonna have to check him out, Bill. Definitely. All right, let's do a prime rib temperature update. I think the last time we looked at it, it was 90. And right now it is not telling us, because occasionally that's what this one does. I'm not worried. I didn't think it was that bad, but let's spin the batteries around and wait for it to talk. We're at 104 degrees. It's getting close. So I'm going to have to hang around inside here. It might actually be ready to come out of the oven before I'm done with this live, because we got like a half an hour of the live left. Bidford's asking, Sean, how many acres? I have a childhood friend, Sterling, with a fishing charter company. We grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, hoping to do what you're doing. Very cool. I have 1.4 acres on my property. I grew up, I was born in San Francisco, but I lived in Rockaway Beach in Pacifica as a little kid. I remember I went to school in Pacifica, grammar school. And then we moved to Sonoma County, Petaluma, and then I ended up in Novato in Marin County. But yeah, my dad had a bakery in Novato. But yeah, I grew up all over the Bay Area there, and my cousins are they're all from the Bay Area. My dad was Irish Catholic, had 6 sisters, big Irish family. So yeah, tons of people all over that place. So 1.4 acres here, but yeah, if you have a bug that says, you should go to Alaska and you should try this, then you should go to Alaska and you should try this, because I will never leave this state. I've got that in my system now. It's part of my DNA, I think, and I absolutely adore this place. Oh, nice. Very cool. I'm looking at getting a mixed flocks this spring, various colored eggs. I went with, the dual purpose birds because, I figured when they got to the point where they weren't laying anymore, I would just eat them. But they get tough from what I understand, but I can still can them up and do chicken salad and that kind of stuff. But I haven't had to worry about that because they're still laying eggs and the predators seem to be doing more damage to them than I would ever would. Right, Karen? Oh, it's delicious. It's delicious. Karen asked, "Did I work in the bakery?" I not only worked in the bakery, I owned a bakery. I'm a scratch baker by trade, so I can pretty much make anything that you could ever get bakery related from scratch. So yeah, and I've got a couple of videos of me making pie and even me making pizza dough and tossing pizza in the cabin and doing or in the trailer doing that kind of stuff. I hope to do more of the baking and food related stuff as I go down the road here. But yeah, I can pretty much do everything. I did every facet of baking except baking naturally leavened breads. Those were the only things I didn't do, and I've been doing that at the cabin. Michael, Merry Christmas. I'm late here. Travel to see family. Merry Christmas. That's, family's what it's all about, man. Family is what it's all about. Merry Christmas to you, Michael. I went to Sonoma State University, so I've been to Petaluma. At one point, Petaluma, California was the chicken capital of the world. They produced more chickens than anywhere else in the United States, and I think the world in Petaluma. But that was their claim to fame. And they also, and I don't know if they still are, but they were that's where the World Wrist Wrestling Championships were held every year, was Petaluma, California. Little California trivia for you there. Oh, what else do I have to show? I got nothing really to show over here. There's really nothing to show in the back of the cabin. My property, don't be deceived by the videos that make it look much bigger than it is. So you see right there is like a turn, and then it goes straight down to the road. So there's a driveway there. But my property goes back in that direction, like 2/3 more. So this is like a quarter to a third of the way through the property, and then the rest of it's all behind me. So I've got plenty of room to grow back there. Heard from Belgium. Yesterday, I found out that Sean knows Raspberry Rock. Whatever. Anybody who is cool knows Russell, because Russell's obviously the king of lives and the coolest guy on freaking planet Earth. He is. If you guys don't know Russell at Raspberry Rock, you all need to know Russell at Raspberry Rock. Where'd I put that? I think at this point we're at 106 degrees. I'm gonna pop my taters in the oven. That's set up there so you guys can watch. All right, got my potatoes right here. Put them down. How's that sound? I think potatoes are going to take longer to cook than anything, so except for the roast. And then I've got the asparagus right here, and that'll go in probably when I pull the roast out. I'll go ahead and I'll put the asparagus in because that roast is going to rest anyway. And there it goes, not doing its thing again. Drives me nuts. John, I have been thinking about the garden. I'm thinking, where am I going to put it now? Because I'm going to move the coop. And what I really have to have done this year is I have to have a surveyor come out and line out my property lines 100%, because where I thought they went, I was a little off. I'm not on somebody's property, but they might be on mine. And I don't have a big problem with that as long as they don't build yet, and we could get that squared away. So once I get that lined out, then I'm going to have a better idea what I'm going to do with the garden and where the coop's going to go. Deborah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't had prime rib in years, and I'm looking forward to it. Russell didn't believe me when I said Starlink link wasn't working good in Alaska. It was buffering and dropping your connection. Bart from Belgium says, Bill, at my Alaska, when do we get to see more videos of the beast? Trail Camp Pete, Merry Christmas, brother. Awesome to see you today. Very cool. Very cool. Come on. I'm going to go on my Amazon wish list, and I'm going to put a new Wi-Fi temperature sensor on there so that I can finally retire this one. Members should get an option to watch sizzling meat inside the oven. I don't know if I have a camera that could handle that, Alex. Sunshine, Merry Christmas! We missed it on our. We were on our online call with our kids. Oh, very cool. That's you know how I feel about that. That's the most important thing you could do. Anne O'Brien, Merry Christmas to you. Nolik Shanagwich. Everyone, happy Christmas from the southeast coast of Ireland. It is awesome to have you here, Anne. Wild Edibles, Merry Christmas to you as well. Awesome to have you here today. Try and straighten this up. If you wonder what's going on with the live stream today, well, Sean can't seem to stay connected to the internet via my hotspot. So I got frustrated and said, forget it, and just decided I'd finish this entire live stream on the cell phone. So because of that, you guys get to cook with me. You guys get to walk around with me. You guys get to give the chickens treats with me. Come on. Now I'm just trying to get this to do its thing. There we go. We're at 111. It's kind of important that the temperature gauge works right now because I need to make sure that the temperature is right where I want it to be so I can pull that roast out. Because like I said, this is the smaller roast that I'm used to doing. Heather, Merry Christmas. Christmas blessings this Boxing Day from Ipswich, Queensland, Australia. Have a fabulous Christmas, friends. You as well. You as well, Heather. Dana Qualls, Merry Christmas in Kentucky from Funny River, Alaska. It's awesome to have you here today. This has been a ton of fun for me, folks. I think I get as much fun out of this, doing this live on Christmas Day, as any of you get from hanging out with somebody when you're by yourself. And for me, it's all about just chit-chatting, having a good time, having people come on up if they want to on the live. The link should be pinned at the top of the comment section. Merry Christmas to the Irishman. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I greatly appreciate when you do, because then it suggests to other people that may just be hanging out on YouTube, hey, these guys are having fun. Maybe you should join them. And since it is Christmas, I may have to imbibe on a dram for the fam. Funny River, Alaska. What an awesome address, right? It's very cool. Very cool. Before I lived in Funny River, the last time I lived in Alaska, in 1998 to 2001, I lived in the community of Two Rivers, Alaska. So Sean and rivers in Alaska have something in common. Oh, we go there. Anybody know the Reolink Keen Ranger PT camera having problems in Belgium with a neighbor of my vacation property? I don't know anything about cameras. That ought to be obvious from my videos. Larry Willis, Merry Christmas in Tennessee from Funny River, Alaska. It's awesome to have you here. So I talked about this earlier, cocktails here, and obviously I haven't used this glass in a while because it's pretty gamey. Okay, so Glencairn glass. And are you really Irish if you don't have a bottle of whiskey under the sink? Tullamore Dew. And we'll just do a dram in there. Merry Christmas. Delicious. We're at 115. We're 10 degrees away from that being ready. Let me guess, there are two rivers in Two Rivers, and the Funny River in Funny River is comedian. No. So the story goes, I don't know if there are two rivers in Two Rivers. I know that there is one river for sure in Two Rivers. But Funny River got its name from the sound that it makes running over the rocks. It sounds like laughter. So everybody referred to it as the Funny River, and that's how it got its name. That's what I was told. An Irishman here. They must know Dean Doherty's YouTube videos. I don't know Dean Doherty. Right? Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Merry Christmas. Oh, it's so good. Being a grown up is getting to the point in your life where you realize that just because it's whiskey doesn't mean you have to slam it down like a shot. You can sip it and enjoy it because it's delicious. We're gonna get that. Holly G, Merry Christmas to you as well. Right, I guess I'll make myself an amaretto sour. Nice. My dad used to drink amaretto sours. 117. Oh, we're getting close now. We're getting close now. I guess I'm going to take my jacket off. The big thing is that now that Christmas is over, what kind of movies am I going to watch? Because, you know, I'm done watching all the Christmas movies. I'm never done watching Christmas movies. Charles and Angelin, Merry Christmas. Awesome to see you guys. I hope your Christmas was fantastic. I hope you guys got everything you wanted, and I hope you had a wonderful day. Bill, come on. I always have an emergency bottle in case I need one. Not that I actually have needed one before, but I always have that one just in case. That's why that's called the emergency bottle. My favorite Christmas movie of all time, absolutely by far, bar none, was White Christmas. Until somebody told me that that song first appeared in a movie called Holiday Inn. So Holiday Inn is my all-time favorite Christmas movie, followed by White Christmas. 118. Oh, we're close. We're close. We're 7 degrees away from perfection, folks. Put that right up there, and then I could probably put that on it instead of wrapping it in foil to let it rest. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is a Christmas classic. Hey, Die Hard's a Christmas classic. A Christmas Story gets funnier every time. You know, I don't know what it was. So when I was younger and I first saw the movie A Christmas Story, I thought it was great. And I think TBS destroyed that for me because they decided they were going to run that movie for 24 hours. And that was a station that we used to watch all the time as kids, was TBS. And I got so burned out on it, I hated it. But then I watched it again a couple of years ago, and it was incredible. But I think it was just a burnout thing. It was like me and ketchup, right? I don't own ketchup. Ketchup is not allowed in my house. But when I was younger, I put ketchup on everything. I would put ketchup on filet mignon. I would put ketchup on eggs. I put ketchup on. But one day I just woke up and said, "Yeah, I don't like ketchup anymore." So I think I just got overdone with it. Bill. I like it. Oh, 5 degrees away. We're doing the prime rib countdown for those of you just joining. I am Sean in Alaska, and we're cooking basically the first time I've ever cooked prime rib on this property. And I just did a small roast, and then I got a freezer full of steaks out of the rest of the roast. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. And I've got basically what I call my barbecue campfire potatoes. roasted in the oven right now too, and then I'm going to do asparagus as well. New movie that I watched this year for Christmas was, I think it was called Noel. And basically, it was the story about Santa's daughter and son, and Santa passes away, so the son's going to take over and be the new Santa Claus. Like the 28th or 29th in the line of the Clauses that took it, that took the position, and he didn't want to do the job. It was Bill Hader was in there, and I forget the girl's name that did the Cup song. She was Noelle, and it was such a cute movie. It was actually a very cute movie. I enjoyed it. Really? See, that's crazy. Three Bears, $500. That was nuts. So my roast cost $5.97 a pound if you spent $25 or more in the store. So let's just call it $6 a pound times 20 pounds, 21 pounds. It cost me, right? 21 times 6 is $126, right? Yeah. So I paid $126 for the 21 pound roast. Then I cut my roast out of that, about 4 pounds, and I got 14 steaks out of it. I saved a ton of money. And the nice thing was having the freezer now and the backpack. I mean, this is right. That's the size of my steaks. I didn't skimp on these things. They're an inch plus thick, so they're perfect for the grill. But Three Bears has great meat, but I don't care for Three Bears prime rib. I've bought that before and tried to do it on the grill and didn't enjoy it at all. Yes, we do. And ermine update. So I lost 3 hens to the ermine, and I pulled out my pew and got rid of 1 ermine. And then the other night, I was watching the chickens playing the run, and they started acting funny again. And I saw another ermine, and I pulled out the gun or the pew and got ermine number 2. I haven't seen any other ermine since. But yeah, we have them, and they kill chickens, which drive me nuts. We're at 124 degrees. I need this. Need this. And I'm literally going to wait until it clicks over to 125. You guys waiting with me? I'm going to click it over here. Come on. It's going to make its own noise. So. That is. Yeah, it's a package of meat from the freezer there. Excuse me. It is so nice having a freezer. You guys, probably the most expensive part of living the way that I've lived for the last 9-10 years has been the fact that I can't buy food in bulk and freeze it because I haven't had the capacity to freeze stuff here. I haven't been able to store things here, fresh things. So yeah, I am so gratified by the fact that I can run a refrigerator and a freezer in the cabin now. It's been a huge game changer for me. No, you walk across the room and it jumped from 124 to 180. It's like stuck at 124 right now. You'll know when it's at 125. You'll know. It'll go like 125, then 138. Like, ah! Yeah, I'm more than likely going to buy a freezer this spring because I'd like to have a freezer on site with the battery backup and storage that I have now. I'd like to have a freezer on site that I could store fish in. So, hear that? Yeah, see, it went right, freaking driving nuts. It went right from 125 or 124 to 126. That's beautiful. What's up? Pull this out. This is going to be gorgeous. This is going to be phenomenally gorgeous. So it's a little roast, like I said. Let me pull the camera over here and I'll show you what we look like on the finish. Right? Look at all those herbs and seasonings. That nice crust. Oh. All that water that was in the bottom is all gone. Probably should put a little more water in there. I need to make some au jus, and this is going to take what? Oh, 1 cup. Oh, 2 cups. 2 cups of water in a saucepan. Perfect. All right, let's see what I got here. See if I missed anybody that came in. It's raining out now. Too much more than previous. Yeah, it's crazy, right? This is crazy. Right? Carryover cooking. I pulled it. It's out. Rushing Wind Mountain, how are you doing today? Merry Christmas to you as well. Leave that probe in so you can see what it climbs to while you rest it. Nah, it's out. Probe doesn't work that well anyway. But what I will do probably is move it from here because I don't like, there's a lot of heat on top of that oven. So let's move it out of that pan. Into this pipe tin for now. And then we'll just take that and put it up here on the counter for now. Look at that! I got the primer out before the live was over. Batteries out of here. Get that done. I got those in. Let's put the asparagus in as well. You know what? You guys remember on the Food Network that one lady that had a show on there and they got in a bunch of trouble, and for her there could never be enough butter? I go to that school. Nice. We'll let that thing do its thing. Oh, the only thing I didn't put on those potatoes though was Parmesan cheese, and I usually put Parmesan or Romano on there, but we'll be okay without that, I think. And then I'm going to need. Would have helped if I'd have washed the pots and pans. Wash them. Go. I do miss everything at Christmas. Probably the one thing I miss the most is cooking for an army. Because I used to love to cook an entire meal for it. It's just a huge house full of people. All right. So that says we're going to need 2 cups. Of water in a saucepan. Bring to a boil over medium heat. That's pretty easy. So a cup is 8 ounces, and these bottles are like 16.9 ounces. So that's done. Where did I put? You get the au jus, God bless you, going. I've never tried this brand. Usually I buy the little jug of concentrated au jus. But I thought, what the heck, I'll give this a shot. So to do here, bring to a boil over medium heat, reduce and simmer for 3 to 5 minutes. I can do that. It's cool enough to touch. Let's jump back and see if we got any more here. Christmas dinner at Sean's next Christmas. I need a bigger house. I agree. Real butter is really good for you. If you tent it with foil, you're going to risk too much heat being retained. So no, I want it on the rare side. I want that heat to permeate a little bit more, but then I want it done. You can tent it with foil, but the temperature is going to come up more. Just on a rest itself, without anything covering it, you could expect the temperature to come up 5 degrees. But if you tent it, you can expect it to come up to 10 degrees. Put silver paper over it. Right? Yeah, put silver paper over it. I wouldn't know, but that's what cooks on TV do. They sometimes do. Remember now, I'm going to take the slice of prime rib that I'm going to pull out of this, and I'm going to dredge it through that au jus to warm it back up again. So it's going to rest for 15 or 20 minutes, but it's still putting off quite a bit of heat. Here. Peggy Garcia, Merry Christmas to you. Awesome, awesome to see you here today. I wish I had some of that snow here in the southern part of Ohio, Phoenix. You remember what Sean is eating leftover prime rib for the rest of the week? Pretty much, pretty much. You had 30 people at the house today, or yesterday for Christmas, had pig roasted in the yard. Nice. Tallow is good against liver disease. The way Sean drinks his whiskey, I suggest he uses tallow. Hey, for the record, I still have most of it in the glass. Like I said, I just sip it. It's just going to be something I'm going to sip. Jane Elaine, Merry Christmas, guys. Awesome, awesome to see you. If you guys are not following this couple here, you need to follow them because they're absolutely awesome people, and they've got a great channel. Just stop by to say Merry Christmas, Sean. Hope you have a great day as well as everyone watching. Very cool. Very awesome, guys. I hope your Christmas was fantastic. Karen, Merry Christmas to you as well. We're going to be ending this live here, folks, in probably another minute or so. And we're down at the end of that now. So with that said, thank you guys, as always, for joining me here on the Adventures in Alaska. And thanks for joining me on the lives. And thanks especially for joining me on the Christmas live. I greatly appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you and yours. May you and your family have a wonderful, wonderful new year. I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you, as always. I am Sean in Alaska, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.